Greetings, my friends, and welcome back to another special episode of Comic Book Talk with Friends. I am your host tonight. I got the whole full government for you. Herberticus Aloysius Brown. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I obviously you know I am not alone. Tonight we'll be discussing quite a few things, namely San Diego Comic Con, what the hell happened there, and of course, we'll be talking about yours truly, Spider Man, and all things Spider Man tonight as we are in preparation for the imminent release or premiere of Spider Man Brand New Day. We are hopefully you guys are having a wonderful start to your week here on Monday. But again, like I said, I am not alone. Let's go ahead and bring in my brothers here, the rest of my brothers here on the panel, starting with my man, Vinny. What's going on, Vinny?
Chilling. Excited to be here. It's been a hell of a weekend and should be a hell of a night. Friday night, we were in Philly to do Empire Strikes Back with orchestra. Um, that was phenomenal. Um, Saturday had a birthday party for my cousin's daughter, and then a incredible martial arts marathon. Had a lot of fun. We main evented with the Furious. So once again, if you have not got a chance to see Furious, highest recommendation. Uh, Hershey Park yesterday. So I need a weekend for my weekend, man. But I'm happy to be here. Excited to be getting into some Spidey talk. There was maybe a slight minor tidbit of news or two from SDCC, so we'll be getting into that, and then we are leaning into Spotty on Thursday, and then I am at the beach for a minute. So this has been an insane and crazy month, and I am very much so looking forward to getting into all the breakdowns of the big news this weekend and the hype train for Thursday, because who doesn't love Spider Man, and who doesn't love the fact that we're getting for the very first time someone getting to play Spider Man for the fourth time.
Mhm.
That is awesome. That is so awesome, in their own film. So excited for that. Excited to hear what everybody has to say about their favorites and their recommendations and their love for Spidey, because we all love Spidey. So definitely interested to see what everybody will have to add to tonight's convo. And congrats on Bloomer for taking the reins tonight. It's a very precocious thing when we were talking about a Spidey week. We weren't quite sure if Bloomer would be interested in such a proposal. Turns out, turns out it was a safe bet. So it was like,
Easy, one of the easiest proposals, man.
bro,
I think it's easier than Jay Z or the 500,000, man. Easier than
it was
that.
no brainer. Lay up all day. So I figured that'd be right up everybody's alley, especially
Awesome
yours.
idea, beautiful idea. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, yes, sir, man. I'm glad you hosted. What up, Brock?
What's up, y'all?
Oh, he snuck in.
Prop
Yeah,
baby.
man. Told you I wasn't gonna miss this, man, for nothing in the world, bro. You
I
know.
appreciate you, brother, being here, man. You was with some family out, fam bam, doing some activities.
Yeah, man, dude. Model shoot with my son. So it's been a while since I've done
Oh,
model shoots. I've been doing volleyball shoots, so did a model shoot. But my son also has to build his portfolio. So we had a model that was fortunate enough to, instead of paying her, she was just feed me. So I had to take her out took her out to eat, man.
awesome.
What's
So
up?
it probably would have been cheaper to pay her, but hey,
Hey,
networking. But
he's
glad to
like,
be
I
here,
want a
bro.
steak.
Yo, she was on that.
Okay,
She was on
yeah,
that.
okay, 100%. Okay,
Yeah, she
I'd
was
be
on that.
too. I ain't gonna lie.
Word.
What up? What
Pimp
up? What up?
Juice, what
What up?
up?
Another day back in comic book talk with friends, man. It's good to be here with you guys, man. Had a busy weekend with family. My two older daughters came to visit, and they just left. And then I I got family coming in this week. I think second brother's coming by. I think around. I think second brother and brother cousins might stop by. I think Wednesday or Thursday, one of the days. Because they here until Friday, I think. So
Awesome.
them boys this week, and that's it, man. That's all. The Spider-Man shit. Let's go.
Marvel team up. Pimp Juice, second brother. Marvel team up.
That's it. That's it. Let's do it.
Or no, actually, Marvel. What if these niggas tried us?
That's it. That's a good title. That's a great title.
What up, Leo?
Hey man, what's going on, bro? Good to see everybody here. Had a nice little weekend. We went to go see Star Wars, the Star Wars concert at the Man Theater on Friday. So that was cool. Came home, Sunday night or Sunday. We actually had the the Kung Fu thon over there at Vinny's crib, so we got a chance to do that as well. So that was great. Yesterday was just rest of relaxation, if I want to say. I think, yeah, it was pretty cool. Pretty cool. We went. Me and Troy went for like a drive and went a couple places and stuff like that, and had a nice.
I think the only people not resting on Sundays are them gold cloaks. They resting in a different way.
That pretty much, man. But yeah, bro, glad to be here, man. And to talk, man. Of course, everybody out there know Bloomer's taking hosting duty tonight, considering the simple fact that it's Spider-Man week. You already know what it is, so it's definitely taking the reins on something that he loves. We got a great content idea, from Vincent Dunn Art, who was like, let's just make it Spidey week. And then once he said that, Bloomer shed a little, Native American tear, and that was it. You know what I mean? So definitely not before we do this real quick.
They used to call me John Redcorn, just let y'all know.
John Redcorn, definitely, man. Before we get into this, before you take the reins real quick, man, just want to say what up to our sponsors, people out there basically making sure that our collection is definitely incredible, man. Starting off with my man Ray over there at Underground Figures. It's Underground Ray. Always coming through, no NRD, shipping and handling is definitely reasonable. Sign up for that newsletter so you're always up to date as to when your figures are going to arrive. New figures revealed. Create yourself an account because you never know when there might be free shipping or a discount code on the figure choice. On top of that, he is a distributor of NR Collectibles. Hit him up. He'll definitely take care of you. Also, we got to give a shout out to our guy, Ray over there at Hawk Wars Toys. It's Hawk Wars Ray, proud sponsor of everything we got going on over there at the Figure Flex Friday Facebook group and your one-stop shop for NR Collectibles. Nice little care package, comic book stickers, figures, works. Ray will definitely do it for you. And he was at Comic-Con too, so I know he got some stories to tell. So shout out to him as always. Also, we want to give a shout out to my man Brian Wong over there at Machu Case, Machu Space. If you're looking for a credible display option, look no further. I have the mono, but you can get a display option, your choice. Hit him up, and he'll definitely take care of you. Tina Cruz.
All of them eating in and out and shit. They all chummy and shit. Oh, man,
you already know.
Good on y'all, man.
You already know. Howard Chan was there too. So we got El Deluvio over there on Facebook and Instagram. If you're looking to take your figure experience from here to there, hit her up, and she'll definitely take care of you as always.
Hit him with the hashtag, Pedro. You know what it is.
Hit him with the hashtag, Pedro. You already know what time it is. And then also we got Vincent Dunn Art. You go to his Instagram page, click on the actual link in his bio to take you straight over to his store where you can get shop all original art, Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, anime, canvas, prints, vinyl art, reverse glass painting, sketch cover, variant stickers, horror, book page art, Doom, Game of Thrones, bargain bin, mirror art, original art, or mirror sketch card, original art. In the works, man. Vinny, you got anything else you want to let them know about? What you got going on? Anything coming up, man?
Buy two, get one free on stickers and 11x14 prints. There's something that you want that you don't see on the site, feel free to hit me up. Commission's open. And that's about it. We got lots to talk about, so I'll keep it short and sweet.
Yeah, keep it short and sweet.
That thing one is so good, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, bro. It is, bro. Look at that, bro. It's definitely incredible, man. The Darth Maul, Superman, the Batman, bro. That's incredible too. definitely, brother. You know,
Yeah, I be playing them in Marvel Rivals, man. I had to get on the mic one time. I was like, man, that's how we do it in Yancey Street, nigga.
hell yeah, bro. And of course, it's Spider-Man week. So if you're looking for
Yo,
a
why
Yeah.
that dude put the 9 voice on? Mad
Uh,
peaks coming up.
you already know,
you
man.
know, you gotta grind it up.
Definitely, man. Before we and yeah, you know, other than that, we do got some people out there in the chat. We got Holland Toy Flicks. Let's go, Spidey Week. Thank you for being here, brother. As always, we appreciate you.
Crispy
Um, yeah, let me see here who else we got in here. We got my man Brandon Siler. Howdy, my dudes popped to the commentary doing. He said pop the commentary doing SDCT. Calvin, help me, cop Absolute Batman, Green Arrow, Superman, and Catwoman
man.
exclusives. But wow,
Yeah,
bro,
come
you already
dive into
know.
it and
Let's
come
go.
holler at us once you read all through that, man. We'd love to
Hell yeah,
hear
bro.
your thoughts, man.
Let's
Yeah, you're
go,
gonna have a
bro.
good time.
You definitely
Cop that
gonna have a
Absolute
good
Wonder
time.
Woman too, though.
Hell yeah. We got Amber May in the building, Cookie Queen. They
Mhm.
tried to hide them cookies for me on Saturday, bro.
So
They tried to play a joke and hide the cookies in the oven and put two of them out on a plate on the table and act like there was only two cookies left. I was like, yeah, stop playing. Negro, please. That's exactly what I said.
Hell yeah, sussing them out, man, giving
I
them
said,
out like
playing,
rations
bro. I
and
came
shit,
to get them
man.
cookies, bro. I came a long way.
Man, then he got running his shit like goddamn soup kitchen in the fucking
Hell yeah,
30s.
bro. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Ghetto Yoda, thank you for being here, brother. We appreciate you, my dog.
You know that famous painting with the father with the kids and then the soup line and shit, and you know they sitting there just put Lael there, just asking for a cookie and shit.
Please, sir, have some more.
Please, sir, can I have some more, sir?
Right, Simone, please, sir. Please, sir. Ghetto Yoda, I know it's the right day for it, but man, I'm gushing. It is the right day for it. I'm gushing over those wonderful pieces over there, bro. It is the right day because they came with some heat. Jay, I'm pretty sure you saw it. Prop, I'm sure pretty sure you saw it. So yeah, a lot going on. We got Victoria Cantina in here. Thank you for being here, Victoria.
Hello.
Blessings. Good to see you here. I know she was at Comic Con and she had a good time as well.
Mhm.
How are you? So good to see you here. Kay Carter's in the building. Thank you for being here as well.
Woo.
We got One Angry Hermit in the building. What's going on with you, my guy? Who else? We got Justin McFly's in the building. Thank you for being here. It's Leo's fault. He said he wouldn't be late. Listen. I was fashionably late. Sorry about that. Had things just. But other than that, man. Yeah. Bloomer, what we gonna talk about first, man?
All right. So, first and foremost, we'll be getting into the announcements over at San Diego Comic-Con. So obviously, some of the bigger announcements were, of course, we got another Ryan in the MCU, but by the way of Mr. Ryan Gosling, he will be taking on the mantle of Ghost Rider. So we'll be seeing Ghost Rider directed by Sean Levy, the guy that brought us Deadpool and Wolverine alongside Ryan Reynolds. So this is, I think it's set for 2028 as well. I could be wrong. So it should be because it will take all 27 to film it. So it should be 28 when we see it. So that is the first of the announcement. What you guys, any thoughts? Anybody want to just go off with that?
I bet you this gets made.
I was waiting to see, but they had another for Blade. I was looking for Blade.
I bet you this gets made.
Yeah, this will get made.
Ain't gonna fuck with Gosling.
Yeah.
Some bullshit, bro.
I was waiting to see if Blade was gonna get announced, but I guess that wasn't gonna happen. So
no. Yeah. I mean,
this is a good one though.
It's cool. I don't know if I would have went with Gosling for Ghost Rider. I feel like I don't know. I feel like that's somebody who you want their face to be on screen as much as possible. And I don't know how much you're going to be able to tie him up with a franchise type character, but on paper, it's a no brainer. I mean, he's one of the biggest stars in the world. It was for all the reasons why it made sense to lock him up with Star Wars. It makes sense to lock him up in the Marvel project because he's one of the relatively small handful of names that are pretty much a lock for star power nowadays. So
Mhm.
and he's also in that in a much smaller crowd that we used to have in the 80s and 90s of uh, like pretty boy, bad boy type young celeb stars. You know what I mean? There's so many different types of stars now, and it used to be a lot of people who look like Gosling, and you don't see a lot of people who look like him anymore in Hollywood.
Mhm.
That's kind of been phased out, so you don't see that anymore. And I think that will you know draw in maybe some people who haven't been going to the see Marvel movies, and I think there's a lot of people who are haven't have kind of jumped off the train who would jump back on because of because of what he brings to the table, especially women. So I think it's a smart move on Foggy's part bringing him in. I don't know. I like Ghost Rider, but Ghost Rider isn't like a top priority to me as of Marvel projects that I really want to see. So it's one of those that I'm sure I'll go. I'm sure it'll be good, but I can't say that I'm super excited about it per se.
Um,
Prop or
yeah,
Leo?
prop. No, prop.
Yo, I don't know what Vinny's talking about, dude. I'm super excited, man. It's Ghost Rider, baby. It's Ghost Rider, son. I'm excited, man.
Mhm.
Well, you know what? But now I do feel it. In the grand Marvel thing of it, I'm not. But he reminds me of like the Hellspawn thing. Like I would love to see just a cool movie. But then again, I mean, I heard that they're doing a movie with all of these guys in it, right? With Blade and everybody. Did I misread
Now
read
that's
that?
more interesting, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just a Disney Marvel slash type Ghost Rider movie.
It's
I would love to see like a horror rated R type of Ghost
yeah,
Rider. I
exactly.
don't think we're gonna see
Exactly.
something creatively interesting as Nick Cage's Ghost Rider films, and I don't think we'll see what should be next, which is like a horror
Right.
type take. So what I think we'll get is a bunch of one liners on a bike, and I
Oh
don't know that I'm
man. I
really
hope
necessarily
I hope
excited for
not.
that.
Cause
It's
it's
Sean
so
Levy.
funny, man. Cause I feel different. I felt like the Nicolas Cage movies. Nicolas Cage is different. Like he's a weird cat within any movie he's in, right?
Yeah,
But to me, that still was of the elk. It was very traditional superhero origin story. Uh, second act, whatever. Third, you know what I mean? It had that. I think with Ghost Rider, to your point, I guess I'm arguing against your point, but to your point, it's the same thing. I think you have the opportunity. I haven't read all of Ghost Riders. I just went back and reread the Ghost Rider Rides Again
yeah,
series where they had released the was it the 60s or 70s version um with Johnny Blaze. Danny Ketch was the ones that I grew up on. Um then there's newer ones that I have the graphic novels too. So I haven't never even seen the individual comics. I just got the graphic novels where the motorcycle looks. I believe it's got to be Johnny Blaze. It's got
yeah.
that more uh less of that street bike look, but more of the dude, the
Harley.
art in that work, it looked like it was painted, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? The artwork is
Yep.
crazy. It felt like the stories didn't feel like they dragged on. It just felt like they were just these. Again, it was a graphic novel form, so it's just real small graphic novel. Looked like it might have been 4 or 5 comic book stories. Like they have the opportunity to do something extremely creative and artistic. But to Vinny's point, Marvel has it, and people that disagree. I don't mind y'all disagreeing with me. Look, prove me wrong. Marvel, I don't think artistic when I think of Marvel in the way that a Ghost Rider comic book can be. Like they're effective because the visual effects very very photorealistic. Very very beautiful movie. So don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? But you don't think how creative you can get cinematically. I haven't seen in a Marvel movie except maybe Spider-Man. Like Spider-Man has something that it does. You know, the camera will follow Doc Ock's arm till it hits, and then something else will go. You know what I mean? Like there's a little bit more, but it still fits within that Marvel world, bro. But anyways, man. But
Not
yo,
to your point, prop. A lot of people were saying Sam Raimi would have been a better choice for a Ghost Rider type flick.
I didn't even think about that. You're right. You're right, dog. And it would be up his alley because Doctor Strange was cool. But I think the dopest scenes in Doctor Strange was the witch scenes, her coming through the mirror,
The horror
Scarlet Witch,
elements.
the horror elements, bro.
When they let Sam Raimi like lean into what he does. You know?
Exactly.
I don't know that maybe he pulls off horror aspects.
Right.
And I don't
Or-
want
or-
to be Ghost Rider.
Or any of the directors. I know that's a bold statement to make, but any of the directors that has replaced Sam Raimi with the Evil Dead stuff. I feel like all the other even there's one that I feel like has been forgotten, one of the remakes, but all of the Evil Deads, Drag Me to Hell, kind of all captured. If you had told me Sam Raimi had directed, I would have believed you. You know what I'm saying? So you got these other directors that's able to deliver that as well. But man, in terms of the star power of this guy, it's weird because I'm not a big fan. I haven't seen a lot of his
Have you seen
Ryan
Drive?
Gosling's. Which one?
Drive.
I haven't.
Number one.
Oh no, I haven't. No, I haven't. It's dope.
The best Ryan Gosling movie.
All right. I gotta catch up because I am liking the guy. Like I've seen him in interviews. I like the guy. You know what I'm saying? I just
He's got
haven't dove
Project
into a
Hail
lot of
Mary
his
out.
movies.
That did pretty well.
Hail Mary was good.
Which
I
one?
like that. I had
I heard Gray, something Gray. Somebody put me on.
Yeah.
That's
Gray Man?
the great man.
Yeah,
The
it's not
Gray Man.
exactly.
I think Jedi catch up.
It's not a good movie,
It's not-
but he was good in it.
It's
I
not
like
yeah,
that movie was good, dog.
that's not gonna really like sell you on him.
It ain't gonna sell
He
me
was
on
good.
it.
He was
Yeah.
definitely good in it. He was good in it.
Hey, him being married.
If you like James Bond, he's like the American version in the Gray Man, pretty much.
Hey, being married to Eva Mendes, if I'm not mistaken, he's married to her, right?
Yeah.
That's a big thing. That's a big thing in a positive way. But dude, I'm excited,
He's
man.
silly.
Ghost Rider is dope, bro. Yeah. Ghost Rider is
Lael,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on Ryan Gosling as Ghost Rider?
I'm happy, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I say that, bro, because you want an actor who's passionate about playing a role. Say what you will about Ryan Reynolds. He was passionate about playing Deadpool. He's the perfect Deadpool because you can't think of anybody else that played that role. He is Deadpool. He embodied what it is to be Deadpool. People who are passionate about playing these roles, I stand behind. Ryan, he was, Gosling was really campaigning for this role. When I think about Sean Levy, I don't think of, so there's a difference between Sean Levy and someone like, what's his name? Thor Love and Thunder.
Waititi.
Waititi. There's a difference between Taika Waititi and, what we're getting with this director, with Sean Levy. Sean Levy takes notes. Sean Levy gauges the fans. He does gauge fan response because there's certain movies that he has done that's been absolutely fantastic. That movie that he had on Netflix, I forget what it was called, with I think it was Reynolds, because he's done a couple of films. One even Free Guy, bro. I like Free Guy, even though it was funny, but I like Free Guy. But at the same time, I think with Sean Levy, he does take notes. He knows when to dial it back. He knows when the movie calls for certain things. And that's why I'm okay with that. They made the pitch. And I think that if they are really committed to doing this role or playing it, listen, I've been wanting to get a Ghost. And now that we get the proper Ghost Rider in the MCU, the effects are going to be completely different. It's going to be incredible, up to date. Can't see him on the bike. We don't know I don't know which version, if he's playing Danny Ketch. If he's playing Ketch or what, I'm not sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But whichever version he's playing, I'm just happy, that if he's confident about it, he can pull it off. So I just want to see where he goes with this. So I'm just at that level of excitement. Why I'm just like, you know what? Let's see what they do. Let's where they go and where it sits. I'm just happy that we're getting movement and we're getting dates that are being announced. So let's see where that goes.
Pimp Juice. Where do you lie on Ghost Rider here?
Uh, I'm happy. I'm good with the casting. I
Hmm.
like Gosling as an actor. I like everything he's been in so far. So I think he can do uh Johnny. I hope he's playing Johnny Blaze. That's my favorite one out of all of them. Reyes is alright, but I like Johnny the best, old school version. They gotta be able to top that transformation that Nicolas Cage did because that first transformation in that movie was for the effects they had was outstanding.
Oh yeah,
They had what we have now. They better come close or trump it because that effect that they had in that first one that he did was absolutely amazing. So I'm happy with him doing it. I like the Gray Man. It was a good spy flick, whatever. Like I recommend go seeing it. If you didn't see it, you can find it on Prime now. It should be on Prime still, or Netflix. Um, and Hail Mary was awesome. I just watched that about
Yeah,
uh,
Project Hail Mary was incredible,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
I
about
love
2
that
weeks
movie, bro.
ago.
I
A
wouldn't
week.
saw that at the
Heard
theater.
great things. Yeah.
Yeah. That was good. I
Anywhere
saw
to
that
be.
twice. It was really really good. So and he wants the character too. Like he's been passionate about it. So if he's as passionate as he is, like he remind me of the way Ryan Reynolds took on Deadpool. So if he
Yeah.
could come with that kind of passion, then I think that he'll be a good Ghost Rider. But I'm happy
Yeah.
with it, with his
Yeah.
choice. Mhm.
Awesome. I guess yeah. As for me, I remember these films. I remember the Ghost Rider films, and the Daredevil Ben Affleck film. They're kind of in like the same part of my brain. I
Mhm.
do finally look back on those films, or try to at least at the very minimum. And just like Pimp Juice was saying, like the overall just like transformation with the CGI that they had at that time was just like mind boggling. Wasn't like the biggest Ghost Rider fan. I think that was my introduction to the character in general. So I do owe a good deal to that movie for even getting me here. But more so to Vinny's point, I think the interesting part of all of this is Sean Levy and what we know has been successful for him has been a lot of comedy. Sure, we'll need a little bit of levity here, but I think what has me a bit can have one a little bit optimistic at least is this sounds like this is he wants to challenge himself, and we can see we can get a different, some more range from this director or writer pairing. So we just have to wait and see what who he's playing. I think everybody's got their fingers crossed, and we think it's most likely going to be Johnny Blaze. He doesn't look like a Robbie Reyes.
Yeah,
So I think that's probably is the safest bet we can call right now.
Definitely not a Robbie
Johnny Blaze.
Reyes. He won't
Um,
be a Robbie Reyes.
they already have
yeah.
Ray in MCU.
So
He's already in MCU.
I'm really interested now. It makes me really want to dive into some more of the comics and the background there for Ghost Rider just to see what's possible. And I know it gets
I think
crazy down there
he's
because
definitely going to be a Johnny Blaze, bro.
because
It's gonna be
Yeah.
Johnny because they already
dude
have.
goes through like realms and portals, and can
Yeah.
acquire certain powers from other beings to
Yeah.
power up himself. So this can go from just some guy that controls this, or that just patrols this realm of things, to a
To
much
give his
larger,
power to people too.
a greater scale of things as well. So that has me interested. So I think it's going to be really a challenge to see how they can create a world that's believable, and have that horror aspect, but still have that DNA of a superhero story.
Yeah. Yo, and I think it's because I forgot Levy was involved. Dude, it's also cool that they coming from the Star Wars Starfighter. So I'm assuming they're
Yeah.
gonna have a relationship, a working
Yeah.
whatever that hopefully flows, man. Because Levy been, I even like that Ryan Reynolds that time I feel like a lot of people didn't talk about it or liked it, yo. But I
That
thought
movie was awesome. I
it
love that
was
movie.
right. I think that dude's a
Yeah.
good director, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
But
and
see, the thing
I think
about
he's got
him
the
too,
the comedy and the
yeah,
heart stops. That's from
yeah.
what I've gotten from
The
Yeah.
Free
some of the
Guy,
stuff that's been, that they've done.
right?
It's just right now we have to see, is there, what Ghost Rider calls for is a seriousness
Yeah.
and a more, I won't say like zaniness, but like it's more of like, you're going to hell and you're dealing with demon realms and underworld
Oh yeah.
shit.
Oh yeah.
well,
So there has to be a level of like a balance with the levity.
Right.
let me.
Which he's proven, like you said, he's proven that. I mean, because even Deadpool and Wolverine was it had heart in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a lot. It's a different kind of movie, bro. I argued with someone. There's some people that can't stand it because they don't like that kind of humor. You know what I'm saying? I talked to someone today that can't stand that, but
Yeah.
but
So
for what it was,
really
it
is.
knew what it was committed to what it was going to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it balanced it well. You know what I mean? After that, is what's your taste? Do you like cussing and do you want
Right.
the superhero being
It's.
goofy every now and then? That's a matter of taste.
Mhm.
But the execution was on point. I felt like, you know what I mean?
Well, Levy does pay attention and listen to what fans say. I got to give him that too.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
he does.
Yeah.
He has his ear to the ground when it comes to these kind of projects. So
I forgot about Real Steel. I
Real
love
Steel,
Real Steel, bro.
phenomenal movie, bro.
I love
Phenomenal
Real
movie.
Steel,
I
bro.
love that movie.
That
I
was
have
such
that
a.
movie.
It was a
I have
heartfelt, and if you're a father, and yeah, bro, that was definitely an incredible film, man.
Yeah. So I think that I think they'll be able to tackle the challenge.
Yeah.
And from what I'm seeing right now from the onset, I don't have anything that makes me like overly I guess nervous about it. But you guys do have a point in terms of, where's do things place in terms of this character coming out now in the MCU. But again, we there's so much time and so many things to happen in between this that it's just, I feel like that's just a bit premature at this point
Yeah.
to try to
Well,
even explore.
Yeah.
I want to go ahead and transition to another announcement that was made.
Oh,
David Johnson is T'Challa the second.
who picked this picture, yo? Why y'all pick this picture?
Yeah, it's a couple of pictures here, bro.
That's what he looks like.
Y'all trolling. All right.
All right. Let's go with let's start with you, Prop.
Hey, my
what-
bad. First of all, I want to say I didn't mean to pick at that sounded very direct and specific. Like, who picked that picture? Of course, it was one of y'all. I didn't mean to throw a dart like that. It kind of threw me off because my boy's eyes look all swollen and whatnot. Bro, this is another one. I thought this was cool. You know what I mean? Like, knowing it's going to be T'Challa's son. Because my man is kind of short, even when he came on stage. You know, like everybody was towering my boy, but it was like, okay, he's playing. Yeah, he's 30 something, but he's playing someone younger. Bro, the people in my real life, when I say civilians, I mean non-comic book heads. These cats is pissed in my circle, boy. Every cat in my circle that raps, every black person, they's mad. They mad. They're not feeling this. You know what I'm saying? So that got me worried, regardless of what I think, to see, because it was so many normal people that celebrated Black Panther. Like, it was more than us that made that $1 billion movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I feel kind of disappointed. And but these cats hadn't seen Romulus because, again, they're not nerds like we are. So they're pointing out, some TV show where he played a character doing it. You know what I mean? So it's like, you got to watch this movie when this dude was running with zero expression on his face. Was the hero of the film. I could see it. Acting chops, I don't think there's any doubt. So it's a weird conversation too when you're talking to grown men about how someone looks. But I get it when it's something like, okay, this guy's not tall enough. That this towering human being, you know what I mean? Because remember, the old boy was putting in work even before Black Panther. You know what I mean? So he gets Black Panther, and it's like, bro, we here now. and then we lose this. So even his passing puts that character actor, that thing, on this untouchable pedestal where it's just going to be hard to follow anyway. You know what I'm saying? But Ryan Coogler, I'm gonna tell you, if my boy, hopefully he ain't in the audience, because I'm gonna tell you how crazy it was. One of my homies, who's a movie head, loves movies. We were having a conversation about directors. You know what I'm saying? Like, he thought that it was the producer that select actors, and I was like, nah, a lot of the times it's the director. You know what I mean? Every now and then a project I already have, and he was saying that Ryan Coogler, he could tell, handles his own actors, and blah 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 blah. Then this announcement made. I was like, bro, you was just saying how much you trust Ryan Coogler. Nah, man, he done messed up with this. You know what I mean? So it was an ugly reaction, bro. I know that whole thing is second to what other people say. I trust, and I've said this to you guys before, since the whole Michael Keaton debacle, I kind of wait. I like to wait. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember everybody coming, but I'm not being insensitive to the people who are not feeling this guy either. Like, I saw it. Like I said, look how short he is. He walked on stage and it was like, yo, this is a little guy, bro. I feel like he's standing on his tippy toes even in this picture, because I felt like Ryan Coogler was taller than him when he walked by him. But so I sympathize with it, but you know, I'd rather wait to see, man. I do think the dude got the acting chops. That's it. Don't let me talk any longer. Bloomer, you can cut me off at any time.
No, but you got it. That was I was interested because I ain't even looking to any of the discourse, so
This is people.
I'm getting it from you. Yeah,
right. This is actually, so this is different than, because I feel like everybody online has been excited about this. So this is actually just talking, like I said, homies that rap, cats that's not really into comic books per se, but they are into action movies. These tentpole joints, you know what I'm saying? So
I get you 100%. Vinny, what's your thoughts here?
I'm gonna get the negatives out the way first to piggyback kind of on Prop's point. From on paper, the physicality and the looks was unfairly something that was a knee-jerk reaction for me, despite the fact that I'm a big fan of his work in Romulus and in Long Walk. I think both of those films are clear resume, highlights in anyone's career. And you could put the limited performances that I've seen from him, up against a lot of actors, and the man like did his thing and is a breakout star for a good reason. However, unfortunately, when we do this comic book thing, we often unfairly or fairly, however you want to look at it, do have to often compare, body types to the characters that they're playing. Me and Jay have gone back for how many years, Jay, about a certain Canadian Wolverine. And
At least
the
7
irony
years.
is, it's like
we deserve a short Wolverine.
There's something to be said for, like, okay, yeah, he's tall, but he's a great actor. But there's a lot of people saying you can't have somebody short pull that off. So if they cast somebody else to 6'5", y'all need to get over it. He don't need to be a short actor. And then they go and cast a short actor to play someone who's supposed to be over 6 foot tall. The irony there is not lost on me, because I've had so many arguments with so many people about it doesn't really matter if Wolverine is short or not, and yet a character who should be big and imposing, they cast a short king for it. I'm sorry, it's not fair. I'm a short dude. I get it, but I think T'Challa should be taller than Shuri. It's just it's not fair. The cat, I'm sure when I see it, when he's geared up, when he's acting his ass off, when Cougar is getting these great performances out of him, in the moment, in the film, I'm going to be lost in the performance and I'll be cool with it. But when we do this part, this is the part where we just speculate. And we speculating with what's on paper. And we're speculating on how good an actor he'll be, and that's in the plus column. But I'm also speculating on the fact that they got the work cut out for him to have to work around certain forced perspectives and certain shots when casting somebody who's just maybe 5'7" to play somebody who was previously played by a 6'2", 6'3" actor. Now, granted, again, it's not T'Challa,
Right.
it's his son. So
Right.
this is the same person, and I get that. But that leads back to millions of conversations that we've had before about how unfair it was that they took T'Challa from us, and it's a whole nother character that we're gonna have to accept as Black Panther. And then when Leonard was talking about it Saturday, I was also of the mind that this all could be misdirect. This could be, Doom might kill him for all we know, and T'Challa from another
Regular
multiverse
stuff.
might
Yeah.
show up in Secret War, and be this all could be misdirect. We don't know.
You're onto something, buddy. I think you're onto something.
It could be something like, all right, let's do something, because if they did just bring in another T'Challa from another multiverse and not address Toussaint, that'd be a huge disservice to Wakanda Forever. So this is something that they needed to address anyways. I will say this though, the funniest shit that I've read the whole weekend is the theory that Michael B. Jordan went to Coogler and said, I know everybody wants Damson Idris. That motherfucker is dating my girl. So don't you
I
dare.
heard that.
Yeah.
That shit is hilarious to
I
me
heard
because
that.
it is some
Unreal.
petty shit like that. And Coogler literally didn't hire Damson because of loyalty to Michael B. Jordan.
Mhm.
Man, what a fucking that's crazy.
Yeah.
And I think who knows?
You know what? I can't see Michael B doing that. To be honest with you, and I used to be a Michael B hater back in the day when he was
had
doing
him
the
in
Romance.
every movie he's made, though, bro.
Yeah, but that's not to say that Ryan Coogler didn't. You know what I mean? Because they cool enough where you ain't gotta say it.
He might not have had
You
to
ain't
say
gotta
it.
say it, bro. Yeah.
Right.
Yep. He
think
might
that's
have had.
possible.
He might not have had to say it. I mean, I really wanted Damson Idris. The funny thing is, again,
Yeah,
Jay,
that's the F1 dude, right?
Go back and forth about David Washington because he's too short, and they got somebody even shorter than him.
Yeah.
And to your point, Prop, it is kind of sus. Dudes talk about a grown man's looks and shit. However, look, girls ain't the ones that got to deal with this shit. There are going to be people who like Chadwick was handsome as shit, and this dude isn't. Traditionally handsome in a sense.
Right.
Because of his acting, but they're not going to cast a questionably attractive man for Superman, but yet they're doing that here with a Black Panther. It's interesting on a lot of different levels.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I'm happy that we're getting a Black Panther back.
Exactly.
I don't know how that'll work in the story. I don't know how Letitia feels about this. I don't know how going forward that it's going to work with the aged up thing, because all the other characters in MCU won't be 20 years older when these movies
right.
So it's very
that's why I think he's playing younger. Because he's 30, if I read he's like 30 something,
like
so I feel like he's playing way younger.
Like that looks like a 35 plus year old.
35-year-old guy, bro.
I mean, he don't look young, bro.
He looked younger in Romulus, I felt like.
I don't know,
he
man.
looked older in Romulus too, bro. He looked old, bro.
I tried to help. All right.
He got an old face, bro. I
tried to help. Yo, and Ryan Coogler, they did put out, which I thought was funny, because in my conversation with my homie, I had to make it clear. Kevin Feige came out and said that Ryan Coogler called me saying that this is the guy that he feels. So 100% on record, Ryan Coogler picked this guy. And we saw his excitement when he made the announcement, man. So that I trust Ryan Coogler. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
and it's again, like I said, all these hesitations about his physical attributes. That's just anybody who doesn't, quite like I said about Pattinson when he was fucking, skinnier than me, getting the Batman role, like that's just part of the game, man. You get a big muscular role. There's gonna be people who question. So we said it about He-Man. Will he put on enough muscle? You can't put on height though. So it is an issue that people are going to give him shit about, and there's nothing nobody can do about it till the movie comes out and he shuts people up by putting on a great performance. And again, I'll say that I'm glad that we're not getting another Black Panther movie where they don't address Black Panther role at all. So despite my hesitations on the casting, I know that the motherfucker can act, and I'm happy that Black Panther will be back, and that is probably going to outweigh any criticisms that are going to go around. And just like any time, like you said, prop with Ledger and Keaton and Affleck and so many other times,
Affleck, yeah.
But you can't sit here and expect people to just be like, "Oh, great, we're just gonna eat whatever you feed us, and until we see it, and just be happy." Nah, that's why they announced this shit early, so that people can talk and have buzz about it, and some things everybody be all behind, and some things that people were going to question and second guess until they get to see it live. That's part of the game.
And the nerds are excited, bro. Hey, just to paraphrase first what Vinny said. Basically, if you're going to hire someone young, you know what I'm saying, playing a young person, you need a Tom Welling type who's already built, tall enough. He doesn't have to grow into anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He looks the same at 16 as he did at 30 because, he was hired when he was 30.
That's what
you're saying.
Thank you, Prop.
Paraphrase.
Pimp Juice.
I got you.
What's your thoughts, man?
I'm not feeling it. Like everything that Vinny said mostly is I'm agreeing. I don't feel him at all. He's a good actor. I think he was great in Romulus and A Long Walk, 2 good movies. But I don't know, bro. In the comics, freaking T'Challa is 6 foot. His son is 6 foot, I think it is in the comics. So, bro, like I don't know. Maybe he'll get on here and blow me away. I wanted Damson, but I wanted him as T'Challa senior, not junior. But
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe he'll get on here and blow us all away with his performance. I hope so, but I'm not excited for this. I mean, it's like they said, y'all been bugging about T'Challa for all this time. Here, take one. It don't matter, just take one. Like you just here you go. You're taking T'Challa out, here's out the hat. This hat, you can have it. Like, come on, bro. Like all this time I've been waiting for this character to come back and he's just throwing anybody out of the hat. Like, come on, bro. Like, I don't know, dog. I'm not.
He's convinced me. I'm on him and Vinny's side.
I'm not.
I'm not. All right, Leo, what's your thoughts, man?
Bro. Listen, bro. Like, I've come to the realization now, like literally, bro. I mean, this is just mainly in the comic sphere in general, and when we discuss movies and we talk about this stuff constantly, bro. Come to the realization that there's no pleasing anybody. Never. That's just the way it is. It's never going to work because we ask for. Now, mind you, they're carrying on with a narrative that was clearly constructed in the last film. For us to basically just negate the simple fact that he had a son doesn't really make any sense because they're not going to address that. If you're not going to address that, and on top of that, I don't believe that this is going to be, in my opinion, a misdirect because this is where they're going for the third film. This is going to be the third film. This isn't where you're going to basically pull a rabbit out of the hat and say that there's a multiversal version. Everybody, okay, so it was the same thing that we got for Reed Richards. Everybody wanted one individual to play him, but then we got Pedro Pascal. Motherfuckers was like, nah, I'm not really feeling this. I'm not really feeling Pedro. I don't like that, whatever. He played the role of Reed Richards, and he played it quite well. From the way I saw it, he did a great job. Wait. Let me finish. So what I'm basically saying, in my opinion, I felt as though he played it right well. Quite well. He gave what was basically there, what was written, what was constructed. He played it based on that, and they picked the person who they thought was best suited. It's not my vision. It's not anybody else's vision. I trust Ryan Coogler, bro. That's the person that I trust first because he has not steered me wrong anything. They said the same thing, believe it or not, before the internet was basically the internet right now. They said the same shit about Tobey Maguire. Motherfuckers was like, oh, who? This dude, the golfer dude. They didn't.
Everybody gets it, bro.
Exactly. Everybody.
You get it before you prove it.
And then basically once they play the role, they're like, yo, he killed it, this, that, and the third. That's the best. That's just how it's cheating. Same thing. We talk about these individuals because these are the things that happen in the industry. It's a nonstop thing. But what I'm saying is, bro, what alarming to me, bro, was disheartening to me. Okay, we can talk about all these other things, but we're talking about a choice that was made by Ryan Coogler because he made the best choice. And we got to also keep in mind that there's tests behind the scene. Who has the best chemistry? Who reads versus another character? We're talking about T'Challa's son. We're not talking about T'Challa. We're talking about T'Challa's son. Where they're actually going with this. If you look at the young kid versus him now, like, we're looking at David Johnson, they parallel each other. They look almost the same as a grown up version. So I think from what choice was made, it was the best possible choice. This dude ain't no slouch, bro. He is an excellent actor. And both him and Letitia Wright have chemistry because they've known each other for a long time. They've acted against each other. They've done these things before. So of course the chemistry is there between the both of them, and they're looking at chemistry. Bro, I don't care if this dude's literally it's the best actor for the role for me. I'm not looking at the height. I'm not looking at the way this person looks. He's a black man that was the best pick for the role. On top of that, I'm not trying to discredit Coogler's role, bro. I want all motherfuckers, especially people who look like me, to succeed. I'm not looking at everything else, bro. I'm looking at the success value of an individual who is best suited for the role, who has a catalog of movies. He was nominated. He won a BAFTA for Best Up and Coming Actor. The speech that he made there during that award ceremony, he was passionate about it. He was very sincere. The way he holds himself, it was great. Nobody knew what Chadwick Boseman was going to do with the role until he got it, until he basically got on screen and portrayed it, and we can't think of anybody else. And on top of that, bro, we're not getting anybody that's going to replace Chadwick and what he contributed. This is his son. It's the next step. This is what they wanted to do. I trust Ryan Coogler. I just think I'm going to give it a chance. I like John. And the thing is, I'm glad they didn't go for me. I'm glad they didn't go what was expected. Everybody went dancing Idris. And then I was just basically, I look at people and their character and the way they portray certain things. Sometimes people are extra cocky before they even get the role, bro. They're extra cocky about it. And I don't believe that whole thing about Michael B. Jordan and all that. I mean, of course, the internet's going to play that role. They're going to do whatever they want. Shit was funny, but I'm just like, you know what? I don't think Ryan Coogler's that petty. My thing is, bro, I love David Johnson. I love his work. I love his catalog. He's a great actor, and I just want to see what he's going to do. And it may be a wow factor, but I'm not going to write him off because of his appearance, because of his height, and because people are just piggybacking right now, bro. It's just not me. So I'm just going to wait and see what this dude does and ride that way because he's a black man, and I want to see this black man succeed. I want to see this black movie succeed. I want the same feeling that I got from that first film, and I want to put my full support there. It's not discrediting anybody else's feelings and what they feel because they're allowed to feel it. This is just me, and I'm giving this dude a chance. Plain and simple.
Yeah, I think what I would love to add is that all the things that is speculation. I mean, you may see it as critique, negativity, positivity, whatever, toxic positivity, all of those things in one. I think that makes for a great story of someone trying to become king when you put those elements there. He's too short. He's just as tall as his. He's just as tall as his sister. He's nothing like his father. You put all of that stuff in there, but because that's stuff that people go through, regardless of the culture, and especially when you're running a kingdom, an empire almost. I think put that shit in there. I think that would make for a great story, in my opinion, because it's parallel to what's happening in real life as well, and there's historical evidence of that to back all of that, generations of it, of many kings and princes trying to come to power, right, or coming into their own, coming into their age, and coming up against all types of criticism, disbelief, doubt. I think that makes for a great story. But as for the casting here, I loved him in the Long Walk. I think every scene that he was featured in, it was just his acting was magnetic. His line delivery was just very, 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 very well executed for every scene that he was in. And so when I saw this announcement, it made sense to me, just knowing that I didn't even see Romulus. So knowing that people really enjoyed his
Yeah.
portrayal there, and then pairing that with what I had seen there in the Long Walk, I saw a sufficient amount of acting that can be done. And again, I'm with the logic of Ryan Coogler has a strong track record, at least a strong enough track record to grant him, I guess, a little bit of grace with the casting. In my opinion, maybe. But again, that's not the internet we exist in, or we that
It's
exist now.
not. It's not. Which is why I say, bro. Like I said, there's right now we live in a space where we can't get mad when people have opinions because you can't please everybody. And I'm pretty sure that Ryan Coogler, when he was prepping this individual for it, he was telling him, now listen, I'm just letting you know these are shoes to fill, even though you're not playing, our main character. You're not playing T'Challa Sr., you're playing his son. Even though you're not playing that, still people will continue. They're going to still compare you to him. That's just, there's no way around that. That's what's going to happen. And you already know how the internet is. I'm pretty sure they had these conversations. Mind you, I'm glad somebody pulled that out. It said again, and they already spoken when they interviewed and they talked to Coogler. Dude was cast 6 months ago. He was already cast. That was already signed. They knew this already, that this was going to be the individual that was playing this role. 6 months ago is when he was definitely cast for this role. So they already had it set. They already had it planned. They were just quiet about it. Nobody talked about it. Nobody said anything about it. They knew where they were going to go. And I just think that that's the way it is. Here's the thing. Let me ask you a question, Bloom. Was anybody complaining? I'm not even talking about Tobey Maguire. I'm not talking about Tom Holland. I'm talking about, what's his name?
Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield. But motherfuckers complaining that he was too tall.
Nah, when that casting came through, everybody was like, "Yep, we see it." I don't think there was much of
But
any
remember, people
real
were like,
strife of
yo,
that.
we're getting this dude from Social Network. That's what people were saying at that particular time. And were they basically complaining about he was too tall for the role? But so we're giving this dude grace, right? We're going to give him grace.
He's tall in the books anyway. He's 6 feet tall, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, but Tobey Maguire's not 6 feet tall. That's what I'm saying. If you're saying he's 6 feet tall, but Tobey Maguire's not, Tom Holland definitely ain't 6 feet tall.
Internet was a baby back then. Nobody showing those stats about Tobey Maguire like that back then. Now you know about
the internet. The internet's
one thing. If we had internet now, Tobey Maguire, if we had internet, if that came out today,
he was too old, and
they would have had the complaints saying he's too old, he's too short. If we would have had that knowledge now that we didn't have back then, they would have had the complaints. But this right here, in my opinion, Marvel should have never killed off T'Challa. Period. Now we in this debacle, and I hope it works out. I want the movie to be successful. He's a black actor. I don't want him to fail. I just don't like the choice. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I'm not here to combat your, because that's what I'm saying. Like, that's your choice. And how you feel, you're entitled to basically feel that. We can agree to disagree.
That's a good one. That's a good one for my boy, yo. He pulled the psychology on you. Dude, is there a scene when he shakes him like Black Dynamite? You remember they had that old dude playing young Black Dynamite? He had to say, "Hey, I'm 18-year-old Black Dynamite." I need a scene like that, bro. I need a scene like that, yo. I'm 16-year-old T'Challa.
It ain't gonna happen.
It might.
I just the thing is, bro, like I just the way now, and that's why, like I said, it doesn't really bother me as much, and I'm happy that he got this role, because again, we all know how the internet is. It's like you're innocent, you're guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just the way it looks, bro. Like, it's like,
you feel like it's been that bad?
He's doomed to fail the role because of his height, because of his features, and this, that, and the third. No, bro.
You feel like it's been that bad, though?
I look at it, bro, because the thing is, I've seen everything that was said on the internet today and yesterday.
So it has been bad.
That's just the way it's been. So to say that I can't say that, it's out there, bro. It's out there.
Well,
people are already
regardless
judging
of I'm sure it's the internet.
It
There's
is out
people
there.
are going to put that out
People,
there. That
exactly,
doesn't make
bro.
them right. Like
It
they could be
doesn't,
in there
but they're
yapping all she
already
wants to.
setting this motherfucker up to fail. That's just the way. That's just what they're trying to do right now.
Well, that's part of the
That's just the
grifting
way it
culture. I
is.
don't think people who
I
exist
disagree.
in reality
I
are doing
disagree that
that.
having I disagree that having an opinion that isn't all like all everything you guys do is great isn't
Right.
necessarily setting these people up to fail. There's
Right.
people like that who review bomb and want everything to fail, but not everybody who shits on a casting. That doesn't even mean that they're not still gonna go see it. They just gonna
Exactly.
complain or voice their
Mhm.
disinterest with something, especially if it's not who they were envisioning for the role. And everybody has favorites of people they expect, and if it doesn't go their way, they're gonna be like, "Damn, I wanted this person, that person."
Happens
failed."
in
That
every
doesn't look like
casting
this. That
ever
doesn't
made.
Yeah.
necessarily mean that they're out to see it fail and they ain't gonna go and they're gonna like review bomb it. It's like people are allowed to bitch. These are people who get paid millions and millions of dollars and are super
Millions of
famous.
dollars.
They are going to be
Right.
okay. They are going to be
Mhm.
okay. If they can't
Exactly.
handle a couple people saying, like
They don't like you.
look, if I got the role to be an NBA player in a movie, I can't pretend that nobody's gonna say what the fuck. Why would they like? I wouldn't sign that contract if I didn't
Right.
have thick enough
Bro,
skin.
I
to
get all
get
Right.
that. But what I'm saying, it's not
Right.
on the actor, because this is what I'm saying. It's not on the actor because he's going to get paid regardless. He's confident in what he can basically, just like he said, I have nothing to say. I'm going to let the
expect the
screen do the
internet just to be
talking.
like, you know
But what I'm
Whatever,
saying is, but what I'm
whatever these
saying is
billion
the
dollar
internet,
companies
bro,
do,
the
we'll just
internet.
love it.
But okay,
Right.
but what I'm saying is, bro, people are entitled. I'm not taking it away from people who have an entitled to have constructive criticism, but there are assholes out there, and the assholes are really loud, and we know that,
Mhm.
bro. This is what I'm saying. I've seen a lot within the last 2 days on what people were saying, not about the dude's acting, but about his physical appearance, on how he looks, that he's not tall enough, that he's not Chadwick, that he's not Damson Idris. So it's just like, yo, body shaming the motherfucker, but not basically sitting there looking at his pedigree and what he has basically brought in. Bro, that's the
You
part.
also have to take,
That's the
you
part
also have to
because
take into
that's
consideration that
That
they're
sound
talking
like
about an
just
actor role. You have to take into consideration
normal
that
internet.
they're talking about an
Yeah.
actor role here, and that's what a lot of people who are like Jason said, or Prop said about the people. Sorry, Prop said about the people who are casual fans who aren't geeks and with skin in the game like us who are so
Yeah.
intertwined with the actual characters. To them, this isn't this deep character with 60 years of history and all these intricate storylines of politics and power and all these great stories. To them is fucking Terminator or Predator or Fast and Furious. This is an action movie to them. So to them, they're expected to see an action star, someone who looks like that they would be able to kick
handle themselves.
like Chris Evans' ass in a fight, right? You
Right.
put Chadwick and Chris Evans in a room, like those are two similar builds. So you can't be surprised that the regular, average, casual fans are looking at the build that this person has, who's getting cast as a superhero, and saying, "Huh, I don't know." In the same way that I was one of the first to say, like Pattinson's built, like they're gonna have to do a lot to hide it, and they did.
Yeah,
Reeves did a
Right.
lot
did.
to hide
Right.
what Pattinson's built is, because Pattinson
Right.
maybe lifted weights 2 or 3 days during this fucking like even in like there's no point during the press release for that Batman movie did Pattinson looked like he had got buff and in shape, but they
At
fucking
all.
did it. They worked
Yeah.
around it. But it
Right.
is not a fucking far cry or unfair to say that Pattinson didn't have the quintessential Batman look. Batman is
Yeah.
peak human. Batman is
Yeah.
peak human. So to say that you can't complain or body shame a actor because they're not fitting the role, like I disagree with that, because these roles are not just about acting; they're also
and we can
about
agree to
visual
disagree.
imposing.
That's
If
just
you
the
don't-
whole. That's my whole
About the
thing.
ambiance
We
of
can
the character.
disagree to disagree. We can agree
Absolutely.
to disagree, and that's just basically the space that we're in. In my opinion,
All
everybody
right, fellas,
else does.
because we can talk
I'm
about
not
this
taking
shit.
away from that. So real quick, I want to do this super
Yeah.
chat real quick, and then we can move on.
Don't
Since
do
it's a
all
reason
that.
to $4.99 super chat. Thank you for that. He said, I've learned my lesson on fan casting after Heath Ledger as Joker. I'll wait for the movie to come out to judge him. Enough said. You can move on, bro.
All right, so because we be on there for another hour and 30 minutes. I don't think
Oh, yeah.
nobody that's watching wants to see that shit. So yes, David Johnson, Black Panther. and we'll be waiting in the wings to see what happens next.
Shout out Dave
Uh,
Justin. Congrats, brother.
yes, of course. Congratulations. Um, yeah. Again, just some more comments coming from Kay Carter. But let's remember they did this with Ellie and The Last of Us, and Bill killed that role. It's just entitlement that people think they have to
And
just
that's
say
my
any
point.
damn thing and
And that's
complain.
my point.
Yeah.
That's
That's
valid.
my point.
Yeah, there's a way to again, it's constructive criticism. There's a way to put it.
There you go.
Again, it's I hear the natural reaction is the eye test, but again, it comes with like actual training and using your words correctly and communication skills to get that your opinion out there. So yes, people can go and say, whatever, not too short, not too tall, but like you're saying that in a very educated manner and getting your point across. Me personally, I have no point with that. It's just the other stuff when we take it far, it just takes it to a whole nother level. All right, so
Yeah.
going further into a San Diego Comic Con, we we saw a basically a graphic, a timer go up, and this timer was attached to Avengers Doomsday. And Hot Toys put out a basically a notice saying that they were going to unveil some pieces from Avengers Doomsday. And voila, at 9 o'clock Sunday morning, we saw the first unveilings of Hot Toys' prototypes of some of these Doomsday figures, of course, including or featured, spearheaded by Doctor Doom. We've got Cyclops as well, Magneto, and we saw a few others with the Beast, but we didn't get a full mock-up with the Beast. Professor X as well, and I think yeah, and just there were a few versions of these as well. Doctor Doom got a few different SKUs. Cyclops, I think, got a couple of different SKUs as well. So it's a lot of eye candy to be had. I'll start off with Jedi Pimp Juice with this one. What's your thoughts on some of these figures when you saw them the other day?
I see quite a few that had dropped that I think I'm going to pick up. I like the Cyclops. I think I want to get in with this. No, the other one, the other display. Yeah, this Cyclops is amazing. We should have been had this guy. The Magneto looks great. I like the Beast. That Beast one looks good. So I see a lot that I'm going to be picking up, man.
Mhm.
I think Hot Toys have they've walked through the door as far as stepping their game up with how these figures look. Man, they look a lot more like the actors. Their painters have stepped their game up, man, and even with their displays, I'm excited to see uh, when we can pre-order this guy. This Gambit looks great. I don't know. I saw this like, whoa, this is better than the one. One I think Social Toys still has them with their Gambit, but the Gambit and Social Toys Gambit is almost a tie. This looks really, really
This
good,
is
man.
yeah, it's about almost neck and neck now.
It's almost a tie. Yeah, it's almost a tie with them. But and they got that from Soso.
Yeah,
Back up. That one card, that's from Soso Toys. Right
yeah,
there. That
yeah. That one, yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
from Soso Toys
They
for
do have a
sure.
displayed
Yeah,
card, throwing card
yeah,
one. Yeah,
yeah. But yeah, I can't wait for these to come out, man. I'm trying to get all these, man, because
yeah. Quite a few. I'm not sure about the Gambit because I have the so but yeah,
yeah,
most of those
Soso,
X-Men are coming home for sure.
yeah. I'm gonna grab all of them, man.
Yeah,
This is a what I've been waiting for from Hot Toys for a while. We finally get the '90s X-Men version, so I'm happy to get those. I can't wait to pick these guys up.
so.
Mhm.
Lael, man, I know we talked a little bit about this on a Sunday.
Mhm.
What is your thoughts on these 6 scale figures dropping?
Nah, I think they killed it, bro. Like, they did something that I didn't see coming. Was they did the countdown? They started at the beginning of Comic Con, and then they ended it for Sunday, and they let Sunday be their big announcements, which was smart for them because normally at Comic-Con people are really winding down on Sunday. They're not really showing anything, and pretty much everything is cheap. They're wrapping up. It's just to wrap up the last day. And for Hot Toys, they waited to everything else fizzled down. Jazz Inc. had an incredible week. Caustic Classic with that Conan was absolutely fantastic. You got, of course, InArt, but I heard InArt's presentation was kind of subpar, like it wasn't really that great.
Yeah, nothing new or anything to
Nothing
unveil.
new, nothing new unveiled, which was kind of disappointing. You know what I mean? But Hot Toys, we thought, from what I was thinking, is that the beginning of the week that they were just going to give us, what we had already seen. But then they were like, nah, like we got more. We got more. And when they unveiled this, and even bro, like I was thinking about this, I was like, you know what? Even looking at the Doom, even though I still think the comic version that we got is still the ultimate version. For me, it still is the ultimate version, and I love that version. This Doom doesn't look half bad. And then on top of that, the throne, bro, you get the throne with the backdrop.
I think I'm gonna buy the throne, man, because I like my. This is a dope Doom, but bro, that I'll get that throne for the one that we already got
for the comic version. That's what I'm saying. The comic version is, I still think, is the accurate version, the more accurate version. But as far as a cinematic look, I think this is the best version of Doom we've gotten in every cinematic turn. Because which is we're not, that's not really a high bar because we already know the
Oh yeah, that fan force stick. I don't know what the fuck they was doing.
Yeah, like it was trash. But this,
I think everybody was like, "That's Doom."
Yeah,
I think everybody had the same fucking reaction to that one.
Yeah, the only thing about this is that I wish he had a little bit more armor. You know what I mean? The arms, like, that's fine, but I just wish they would have gave it a little bit more armor.
Like plate like plate
The
armor?
armor plating, but maybe there's the armor under, which of course we don't really know. So it's left to be desired. We don't know what that's going to be, but I think it was dope, bro. I think what they settled on. I did, bro. The showstopper for me, honestly, was Magneto. That Magneto figure, bro. I didn't expect them to really drop this. I didn't, and then on top of that, Professor X, that was teased. Now they didn't drop that yet, which kind of has me scared because we know what they do, bro. With them figures, they'll show it. They showed that, and the Beast. They can work on that Beast. They need to work on that Beast a little bit more.
Yeah, the body looks off.
I feel like it's
terrible,
I think it's just the head sculpt. I think the head sculpt needs to get the blocking.
The head's
bro, y'all just said two different things. So you said body, the head sculpt, that whole figure is whack, bro.
Yeah,
nah, I'm still
be
gonna
honest
get
with you, son.
I'm still gonna get it.
I see the vision with the body, but I think for me the head is throwing it off. But yeah,
man, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. I'm gonna say on this show, man, F Kelsey Grammer, F him, ain't getting none of my money anyway. Even if it was the dopest figure, even if it was the dopest figure, he ain't getting none of my money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Kiss my.
I wasn't planning. Honestly, after seeing that Beast, bro, I had no plans on getting it in the first place. It looks terrible to me, and it needs to be better. But that Charles Xavier, bro, and the wheelchair, oh my god, that looks incredible, bro. That looks absolutely incredible.
Very easy cop with Magneto and Professor X and
yeah, bro. But
Cyclops.
Cyclops, bro, damn, like.
They even got the leather jacket for him.
That's a dope one.
Look at this, bro. Like, look at and keep in mind the visor, bro. It's LED USB.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
So you can keep it's not like one of those button cell batteries and stuff like that. It's USB. Yeah. Like you said, you do get the jacket as an accessory to this as well. I'm glad they gave us that. And I don't even mind the boots being brown, even though they're not supposed to be. I don't mind that. I mean, it's a subtle change.
It complements the jacket that if you have it a part of that, but honestly,
I'll paint them Jones yellow when I get them home. I get that home.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
if
can
you
do it.
if
You
you
can
feel that
sprinkle spray
necessary,
paint on
yeah,
Jones. Yeah, you can
that's
definitely
what I
do that,
mean.
bro. That's
I
easy.
air brush them. Yeah, I ain't
Yeah,
worried about
that's
that.
easy. That's easy.
But
A little bit.
sure. So basically, outside of those two, the Ghost Rider and Black Panther announcements, there was an extended showing of a Doomsday trailer
Yeah.
that people are saying are some people are giving some good rants and raves about because it's some more footage. Um,
Hmm.
so that is exciting. Then they also showed another bonus scene for the fans in Hall H for Spider-Man Brand New Day. So
Yeah.
outside of that, those two big announcements, it was quite tepid for Hall H in terms of the big blowout stuff. But
Yeah.
I think to me that and I don't take it with the disappointment too much. I'm like, I think they're like cooking. I think next year
Bro,
we'll see other stuff, and then
I'm
also
not.
again, there's a lot of stuff that's on
Yeah.
Disney Plus that we'll hear at D23. So
D23. Yeah.
yeah, D23 is
Bro,
a couple weeks away. So
here's the thing. After hearing the nightmare, like the complete nightmare of San Diego Comic Con, motherfuckers, bro, they had to wait 50. Motherfuckers waited almost 15 hours just to get the badge to get into Hall H. They had to wait another 22 hours overnight, 22 hours just to get in. They told
that
people they
you're
pushed.
paying for the cachet of those big announcements of
Yeah,
yesteryear as
bro.
well. You
Bro,
know,
I'm
you're
good,
paying for
bro.
that stuff.
I am good. I will never ever go to a San Diego Comic Con. I would want to, bro. But here's the thing: I would want to do it, but I wouldn't care about a Hall H. That's just me. I wouldn't
But
care.
I mean,
I would go for the San
especially
Diego Comic Con experience, but not to get in a Hall H.
it's
No, I'm good.
especially when it's as easy as just going on YouTube and tracking the information
Yeah,
yourself. Like,
yeah, yeah.
um, not a big deal whatsoever. So we can go ahead and transition to the meat and potatoes
Yes, sir.
of tonight's episode, which is, of course, we're celebrating the premiere of Spider-Man Brand New Day. So we'll be highlighting quite a few of our favorites from, I like to call it the Spider-Man media empire, but yeah, everything that's Spider-Man media-wise. So we're just going to get this kicked off with our favorite writer. And I'm going to start with Prop. Who is your favorite writer when it comes to Spider-Man?
Jeez, bro. I don't know, man. You should start with somebody else. Give me a minute.
All right. Anybody
I
else
wasn't
got one that
expecting
wanna
that question.
jumped off the top?
I don't have no favorite writer. I just like the books.
Hmm.
You know,
What about you, Vinny?
all right. I grew up with David Michelini,
Mhm.
and transitioned with a lot of great stuff from Straczynski, and circling back to reading older stuff with Lee and so many greats over the years. But I don't know that I ever had as much fun reading a Spider-Man comic than with Brian Michael Bendis.
Hmm. Yeah.
And I had got burnt out with comics at the end of the '90s and wasn't reading as much for like a year or two. And
Mhm.
Bendis' stuff with his independence and powers, and then I picked up Ultimate Spider-Man, and
Yeah.
uh, it was my favorite comic for multiple years. And I felt like everything that they did, that he did on that book with Bagley, just was the epitome of just a fun read that was so accessible, added new stuff, had emotional beats, had um, checked all the Spider-Man boxes that you would want in a
Mhm.
comic. And I think that there is a lot of writers who did that over the years in so many different ways. But to me, what hit home for me was the way and the method that Bendis did it. And it's not exactly a niche or outside the box answer, but I think that the rise to superstardom that he had in the early, late '90s, early 2000s. Well, yeah, I guess early 2000s it would be more. Was absolutely warranted by the work that he was putting in. From Power and Responsibility, that first trade on. I had all the singles. I was reading every issue, but it was one of those books where I would get the trades so I could reread them over and over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I have
It's
so
just
many
something about the
comics.
Bendis dialogue. I know people do have their
Yeah,
critiques of it because it's a more of a drawn out
it's an
approach to
acquired
things.
taste. It's an
Yeah,
acquired taste.
you definitely have to have acquired taste when you're reading a Bendis comic because he
Yeah,
likes to, like I said, he likes to kind of like let things breathe.
yeah,
But some people are like quick and hurry to the point, so it's just like the
yeah.
dialogue reflects that too.
I
But
think.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I had so many. I read so much, and I can't say that I always double back and reread many books. And
Mm,
Ultimate Spotty was one of the runs that I would reread a lot of it. And the dialogue style, there's a lot of books that have a lot of reading, but there's a lot of exposition and prose, like the way Claremont with but the
mm.
way that the heavy dialogue in a Bendis book always felt like it flowed so much faster. It felt more like a Tarantino film, where like
Yeah.
you're it's just natural conversations, and then big events, natural conversations, and it just felt organic, felt fun, it felt real, felt like quick reads. It just felt it just felt like
You
Spider
could
Man.
fly through those books. Yeah, you really could. Especially
Yeah,
Ultimate Spider-Man. You really could fly through those books. It's just
that
like,
yeah, that was that. So that was, despite that I was already, it's not the one I necessarily grew up with. That was, I think, the most impactful Spider-Man writing, as far as
mm,
writing goes. Bendis.
yeah. Let's go with Lael. Who's your favorite Spider-Man writer?
I mean, by far for me, bro, it was Michelini. And that's just because of the era that he came in, the era that he was in, and the writing for that time, especially coming off of like, what we got from like Secret Wars, and where he kind of took that character. You can tell that he was more passionate about, he was driven about the character, but we know that majority of his comics and his writing, kind of inspired a generation at that particular time, bro. Made room for like a lot of these other writers and some of the main prints, bro. I mean, come on, Amazing Spider-Man 300, bro. Like that was incredible, bro. I told you about the moments. One of my favorite moments, in the history of Spider-Man itself was the, Secret Wars, and what we got, from that going forward. But McLeany, bro, like I mean, just again, I love his writing, but I love the writing also contributed to with the art itself.
Yeah,
Um,
it's like he was very like
in sync with
couched and
that.
positioned
Yeah,
with
yeah,
this that McFarlane run to the
yeah,
point
bro.
where it's like
Yeah,
obviously McFarlane is like kind of overshadows a lot of that. We probably give a little bit too much credit to that era to him, but like
yeah,
that guy's couched in the most like impactful, iconic era of Spider-Man media, like
yeah,
ever. You
yeah,
know, and some of
yeah.
the biggest stories and characters that came around then that are still around to this day because of how great those books were. So,
I mean, just basically, even, bro. Which I know people don't really like the Clone Saga, bro, but
mm,
just the approach, to that,
yeesh.
the famous wedding, of course. But just, I think
Yeah.
David's run was in the heyday of Spider-Man for me when, picking up a Spider-Man comic was worth it. You know what I
Mm,
mean? It was always worth. I'm not saying that, people like Dan Slott and, I'm not trying to basically take away from, everybody else at all.
mhm.
But I just think that, for me, McElhaney was just that guy. You know what I mean? Like he was
Yeah.
just always, that guy. He was, we Bendis, of course, is Bendis, but a lot of people don't, David was just for me was that guy. So
Yeah.
especially like the
Yeah.
80s going into like the 90s run
Yeah.
where everything was just hitting on all cylinders. You know, from Spider-Man to the X-Men to the Avengers to Iron Man, everything
Bro,
was just hitting.
Spider-Man had a crazy 1984, bro.
Bro,
Like
yeah.
it
Nutty
was a
1980.
crazy like
Yeah,
years, like that year span with just the black
yeah,
suit alone.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
there's so many great stories, but
yeah,
I'll say quickly, and then we'll move on to the next bit here. For me, it was kind of like a three-way tie. Like Vinny kind of unveiled one of them, Bendis, of course. I feel like if you don't have Bendis at least in your top 10, I don't think you've read enough. Um, uh, yeah, I felt like this was not going to get said, but it all starts here. And I have to give my man Stan Lee some credit
yeah,
for the writing that he did along with Steve Ditko early on. um,
yeah,
it's just I just when I read those words, I hear his voice. So it's always just kind of like I don't know. I feel home when I'm like reading that stuff. And then I know he's not necessarily known for it, but he's definitely done quite a bit in terms of Spider-Man stories. I guess more recently he will be known for it, and his name will be more attached to Spider-Man. But Jonathan Hickman, every
yeah.
time he gets the character, I've always felt nervous because I'm like, you're gonna kill me, aren't you? Like, it's always there's always that level of like I don't know,
He's
this
taking somebody out,
Game
bro.
of Thrones feel that I get with his stories, where it's just like there's stakes, there's great dialogue, and there's a lot to be had with the characters that's being presented to you in terms of their background, their ambitions, obviously the desires. Like those are the things that have really always connected me to Jonathan Hickman's work, even outside of stuff that may be attached to Spider-Man. Just more so, even looking at his Fantastic Four work, it's amazing. So again, Hickman, Stanley, and Bendis for me. All right, so let's do some. I guess would be a little bit easier
What
off
about
the top of.
Jason and did they
Well,
have anything?
Jason, they said they don't.
Yeah.
No
Nah.
writers.
Yeah,
Okay.
bro. I'll tell you
Nah,
what. Listening to y'all at that time,
Yeah.
I don't, dude. It's effed up for me to even say, bro. I don't know if I paid attention to writers, dog. I probably would thought Stan Lee was
Brother, it's
writing
not effed
everything in
up
this.
because a lot of people didn't.
Yeah. But Bendis and I wasn't thinking about going. I've got all the Ultimate Spider-Man. I've got mostly the trade the graphic novel versions of them, man. But I got the first 5 of them, I think. I wouldn't even have thought they even brought that up because it felt so derivative. It was a repeat of what we had already seen. And I remember when that dropped, not even knowing it's not even part of the Spider-Man. And I might have been wrong about that. I just remember at that time, I was like, okay, this is separate because we still had Amazing Spider-Man. We still had the other comic books running on his normal timeline. But they were fun, bro. And you had one of the best, in my opinion, one of the best Spider-Man artists drawing those comic books as well. You know what I mean? So I remember his name popping. That's probably the only name I would have thought of besides Stan Lee himself. You know what I'm saying? And like Boomer said, I didn't even think the name Stan Lee. I didn't have the decency to name the man himself. But yeah, bro.
All good, bro. We'll be moving on to something I know people can say off the top of their dome, which will be, who is your favorite Spider-Man villain?
Ooh.
Is anyone any takers, or I'll just do a cold call, man.
Yo, hey, mine is the easy one, dog. Green Goblin, bro.
Yeah.
I'm going straight
Okay.
commercial on y'all.
How so? Why?
Whether Harry or Norman, Harry was more interesting to me. Those comic books were more interesting. You know what I'm saying? But regardless, yeah, the Goblin was the man to be, man. Maybe the Hobgoblin. Maybe the Hobgoblin might have been a little.
Outline was more interesting, I think, than
yeah,
because of his story. But
Bloom. When
I
I was
like.
younger, it was Venom, but I think
Mm.
they've done so much uh, with that character that I'm not the biggest fan of. I felt like it's been diluted big time for me and oversaturated, and it sucks because it's kind of like there's not a big excitement or appeal for me for years when I see Venom because of just how overused and how much changes, which is fine. That's their prerogative. But to me, the character that swinging the other way has I feel like they've made better over the years is like at this point my favorite villain is probably Doc Ock.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah,
They've done
Drake.
so much to explore his intelligence, and they always had Norman be super intelligent too. But I feel like his character has so much more revolved around the serum and the aggressiveness of tech and him being a monster sometimes that his intelligence is kind of lost. Whereas with Octavius, it's always been about how smart he is and how
Yes.
intelligent he is. And there's people who shit on it. There's people who praise it. I, um, reading Spider-Man for years and years, there's been many ruts, and I think that one of the greatest kind of release, alleviations from those ruts is Slott's Superior Spider-Man run. And I think
Mhm.
that one of the best things about that run is that over the years, when you have to make a character exciting again, you do different things to give them a second mutation, or you give them another power, or you give Superman different powers, or you give Batman a certain
Man,
arm.
Dan Slott cooked with that. Then he went out and went 0 for 5.
I mean, that's why it's kind of like they hold his sins against you know everything, and
Yeah.
I feel like that's fine if you want to do that, but I feel like nothing could take away from me how much fun I had with Superior Spider-Man when I first read it, because like I said, all the power amps and different amps and from armor and mutations, everything that certain characters get to make them exciting again, they figured out how to make Peter more powerful without Peter even being involved by having someone else. It reminded me very much so of Emma Frost taking over Iceman and getting to see just how powerful Bobby really was that he just didn't really tap into, that he's holding back. And Doc Ock having control of Spider-Man's body, realizing that he easily could have fucked him up every time they fought. He just didn't want to hurt him because his head's still human. He might not he might have like super powered arms and shit, but uh, just how powerful Spider-Man could be, and it's the equivalent. And for the past 20 years, the equivalent for Spider-Man is almost like with Batman. The equivalent for Batman's prep time is now Spider-Man holds back. That has
Yeah.
become a thing
Yeah. Yeah.
for
Yeah.
the past 20 years or so. And that's credited to Doc Ock realizing just how powerful Spidey really is, but just doesn't, use his powers to full potential because, he's such a good person.
Yeah.
Mm.
Um, Pimp Juice. Who's your favorite villain?
I say Kingpin.
Mm.
I love the Kingpin in the Back in Black run.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, yeah,
he finally decided to cross the line and went after his family and then almost killed Aunt May. And to see Peter have to go, well, to see him cross the line and go to jail and almost kill Kingpin to prove a point, like that was, I love that story. So that's one of my favorite villains for him is Kingpin.
Mm.
The
I I don't know.
traditional,
Who wrote that?
I don't know, but
Maybe
good.
DeMatteis. Was that DeMatteis? Maybe I don't know.
It might have been, but that
But that was a really because like the dialogue in Back in Black when he faced off against him that last time, it was just like some of the most like
well
visceral Peter
he
Parker dialogue
disrespected
I've ever seen written.
disrespected him because he went to jail and made the suit go off of him. He was butt naked, beating his
Yeah,
ass
beat his
all
ass, bro.
butt naked, whooping him in the middle of the jail in front of all the prisoners. That's the most blatantest, disrespectful thing
Disrespect.
I've ever seen in the comic. So I mean, that's one of my favorite Spider-Man runs and villains that I've that. But that whole conversation right there was just, outrageous. So
Yeah.
that's my favorite.
There's like an exchange between them in the Ultimate Spider-Man run. I believe. Where he gets a hold of Spider-Man's like commercial likeness and like blackmails him for it, and like the whole scene, the setup is just like perfect, just Kingpin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, I've always enjoyed Kingpin. Hope to see those two on a big screen before I die one day. I don't know. We'll see. And then yes, for Lael, what was your favorite villain in the Spider-Man? Films?
So for me, bro, it was, because everything that everybody's saying on United your green your green goblins, your hobgoblins, your kingpins, your Doc Ock, some people would, for me, because I think some of the most terrifying, as far as like, just his journey, some of the things that he's actually gone through and the threat of, someone who's so cerebral and psychological, to me,
Mhm.
was Craven. You know what I mean? Just
Ooh.
a lot of shit that he
Mhm.
went through with Craven, bro. Craven,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
literally, especially like the last few runs, bro, like,
Putting him through it.
I mean, literally put him through it in so many different ways just to prove a point. You know what I
Just to
mean?
prove a point.
Just to prove a fucking point, bro. Like literally,
Yeah.
and that's it. It's not for the money. It's not for the. It's just to prove a fucking point, bro. And that's just, bro. Craven's last kill was so crazy, bro. It
So
was.
it's so
Mm.
dark, and it's crazy. You bring back a character that's like
Yeah.
damn near a Z-list Spider-Man villain,
Hmm.
and you somehow turned him into like this really horrifying creature.
Bro, like,
But you still tell the story in a way that it's through the lens of Peter Parker wanting to help someone that needs help, that needs treatment. You know what I mean? So like, it's a lot of heart to that very dark story.
bro, like he's like literally as cheesy. And here's the thing, bro. I hate it. I've always hated Craven's costume, bro. Like I have,
Like, it'll
but
never change. I hate that, man.
they never, they never change it, bro. Like,
They're never gonna change it. It's
Can
just
we at least agree that we like the fur? We just need to change everything else up. Do we like the fur?
bro, his original costume,
stupid.
bro. Like, look
Like
at
a
this, bro.
1970s porn star. Like this
Bro,
is
like
crap.
his original costume. But
Don't
as he
change it.
went, as he evolved, as the character basically evolved, they kept certain elements of the original costume, but they just made him a beast, bro. A beast for whatever. And it's just, again, I just like, bro, that Craven's Last Kill, bro, like that book was fucking phenomenal because it was pushing to the limits, but then at the same time, a level of respect by the
Yeah,
end of the book.
it was originally a six-parter.
Yeah,
So people had to
yeah,
like go
Yo,
through the different
was that
lines.
this one?
huh?
Is that this
If
one?
that's Web
No,
of Spider-Man 31,
Nah. This is when
which
he
one?
you got?
admitted when he took himself out, right? Craven.
He
This
killed
is bad.
himself,
Is that
Horrible,
Peter?
but
That
that
Amazing
horrible
that's
condition.
Spider-Man?
not
Is that
this one,
Amazing
He had
Spider-Man
buried.
not that
293?
one, not that
He
one.
had buried him. Yeah, that's 294. Yeah, 290.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
that's part
This
of
one
it.
is 294. So this is. I think
yeah,
he
That's
took
part of the
himself out after
six-parter.
this one.
Mhm.
Yeah, so
So that's
293, the
different.
one
So
before it.
Craven's Last Hunt was a different
Craven's
series.
Last Hunt. That's what I'm saying. His last
Yeah.
Yeah.
hunt. That's what I
Oh
meant.
yeah, this
Sorry
is the
about
one
that.
he took himself out. Yeah.
Yeah, he should. He
Yeah,
should.
that's the last one. That's the last
Mm,
part of the series.
mm, mm.
And then they had it in Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, 131 and 132. So it was
Mm.
just like kind of spread out through the different volumes there.
Yeah,
Right.
And then as for me, Vinny, we're also in agreement. Doc Ock is also my favorite Spider-Man villain because of the many of the things that you said before, but mainly it was because of the experiencing it on the big screen through Spider-Man 2
Yeah.
and seeing those guys, crawl and fight on the side of the building. And
Um,
seeing Spider-Man literally
Hold
like
on.
having to duck and dodge all these different tentacles.
Yeah.
Um, it made it for such a great experience on the big screen. I know, Prop, you was hanging in there tough, bro. You did good. You did good. Uh,
I had to go.
yeah, you did good. You did good. Uh, so for me, that was like kind of the first initial moment. Was like, whoa, this is really cool. Seeing Spider Man not only just like have to like deal with the foe, but the foe has so many different obstacles that not only it forces the hero out of Peter, but also forces the like tactician, the smartness, the intelligence out of him. You also see the intelligence of Peter Parker on display when you see him fighting, for the most part, when you see him fighting Doc Ock. Not to say that it's not doesn't happen elsewhere, it obviously does, but I think like you see like the prime of those abilities in synergy happens
Mhm.
mostly when it comes to
Mm.
Doc Ock fights. That's why I've always enjoyed it. So yeah, thank you guys. Let's go ahead and move on to make this another easy one for you. Your favorite Spider-Man movie.
Ooh.
What is the number one? If you had to delete the rest of them
um,
Oh, that's easy for me.
and
Mine too.
just have to watch just one, which one is it and why? Who wants to start?
Uh, I'll go quick. Um, Spider-Man 2.
Mm,
Amazing Spider. I mean, Spider-Man. Friendly Spider-Man 2 for me, bro.
Yep.
Not amazing, but I'm talking about
Toby.
um, Toby.
yeah.
That movie. Here's the thing, bro. And I know a lot of people. Some people would say that they don't like. They didn't like. Um, uh, his. They didn't like his directing in it, bro. Amazing Spider-Man 2 was like I was reading a comic book page by page. The way
Yeah.
it was shot, the way it switched, the color palette, the way it was done was like I was reading a fucking comic book the entire time, bro. You had both Doc Ock, which was absolutely fucking incredible, bro. Like that literally, bro, was I mean, it was well written. I think it was well portrayed. And then just simply the dichotomy between like just the controversy between both, you know, Peter and Harry. I thought it was actually incredible, bro. Like it was such a tragic pretty much outcome, knowing that again you have a friend who is your best friend but really thinks that you holding out until the very end he finds out. But I just thought that it was shot so well, bro. It was one of my favorite films. It still is, bro. I thought Tobey Maguire did an amazing job. um I keep forgetting the cat who played Norman. I mean, not Norman, but Ock himself.
Alfred
Uh,
Molina.
yeah,
Alpha Molina.
yeah,
Hmm.
Alfred Molina, bro. He did a phenomenal job of bringing that character to life. And just you know what, almost even like the horror aspect of the way the film was shot
Yeah.
um, was absolutely incredible, bro. I love that's for me. That's my that is. I mean, everything else is cool, but Spider-Man 2 for me, bro, it was the tip of the iceberg. I loved it, bro.
Awesome. What about you, Vinny?
Yeah. Mine echoes Leo's answer, but with a twist. For me, it was Spider-Man 2.1. Um, I love the deleted scenes that they fused into that film, and is the only
Uh,
version I've watched for decades. Uh, to me, one of the greatest and most
Same here.
poignant Spider-Man scenes in not just film, but in any media, is when Peter comes home from work and he sits on a bed and turns on the police scanner and listening for danger.
yeah, yeah.
And to me, that encompasses why. Peter Parker is on such a different
Yeah.
level than your Reeds and your Tonys and your Blue Marvels and all your other super intelligent heroes is because for whatever reason they are able to multitask, they're able to have their own personal lives, they're able to do their thing, and they have their own problems, but it's
Yeah.
nowhere near the level of Spider-Man, who has literally
Nothing.
has PTSD
Yeah.
from letting the guy who eventually kills Ben get away, and all his free time is dedicated uh, to making sure no one ever goes through what he went through. And in that moment, without beating you over the head, it tells you just how kind of sad his life is, because he doesn't delegate, he doesn't have other methods to do this. Is part of why it was really cool in Superior Spider-Man that Doc Ock was like, "Why the fuck are you putting out a fire? You could be doing so many other things with your powers. You got to delegate." And he set up like a whole infrastructure to help Peter Parker, as himself, do other things and be more efficient.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah.
Peter doesn't even see it like that. He sees it as like, I have to make sure no one dies ever.
Yeah.
And it's such a burden, such a weight. And I think that film does that so well, and it does so many other things, like Leo said, with the horror aspect, with the shadows and the operating table with the shadows on the wall when the AI starts arm starts killing people, and then there's so many other scenes too, like of course the subway scene is super iconic, and you have
Yeah.
the car being thrown to the diner, cafe, whatever it was.
Oh, the
There's
spider senses.
so exactly. It was just
Oh, yeah.
there's so many
God.
moments throughout that whole thing where you get the weight of what he has to do. You get the weight of what Doc Ock wants and his needs, and it never feels like anything is just a stupid comic book movie. Everything
Yeah.
is so well planned, written, and executed. It's one of the definitions of a perfect comic book film to me, and has been for decades. But I feel like the DVD that they released with the special features interwoven in that 2.1 version, I think that it adds so like a few extra layer, extra depth. It just makes a perfect movie even more perfect. It's just brilliant. It's
Yeah.
definitely my favorite. I mean, of course, the Spider Verse movies, especially across, comes close. And I
Mm.
don't think any of the Holland movies or Garfield movies come close to what 2.1 does, and I think that I can't really compare an animated film in the middle of a story the way that it does what it does to 2.1, because I feel like it's on a different level. It's kind of like comparing Batman animated series to the films, so it's hard for me to really weigh in on
Yeah.
the animated films
I
with
think
it.
the anime film's like more like a celebration of Spider-Man than like try to
Yeah.
like
Yep.
compare the
I mean,
experiences.
I love them, but I just can't bring myself to call, no matter how good they are, them the best Spider-Man movie. 2.1
For
is
now, it's a fitting place for people to get an introduction to Miles Morales.
Yeah.
That's how I'll see it going forward.
Yep.
So yes, let's go ahead with did we get prop? What's your favorite Spider-Man movie?
Bro, it's hard to answer, dude. I want to start out by saying, man, Spider-Man 2 I think is the greatest superhero movie. And dude, I'm an '89 Batman fan.
Mhm.
Like instinctively, I want to say that one. You know what I mean? It's special, nostalgic, but Spider-Man 2 is perfect. But it's a weird. My answer is weird, bro. If I was to base it off of what Spider-Man movie I watched the most,
Yeah.
and it probably ain't even one of the best ones, is Amazing Spider-Man 2, because of the Gwen
Really?
Stacy's. I know, bro. It's so problematic. But the Gwen Stacy scene at the end is one of the illest things I've seen in cinema. You know, and I watched
Yeah.
it with my mom. I've watched it with different people, and
Yeah.
it's a reaction. Like my mom was like, "Well, what happened? He saved her." And just the feeling to be able to be like, "Yeah, he got her, but he didn't say." You know what I mean? So it's a weird thing,
Yeah.
bro. So don't get me wrong, man. Extremely problematic. Mind you, got to remember, I'm constantly making. Yeah, I might not know. I'm constantly making beats, bro. I'm never not making beats. If you watch a Prop Wiz video, there's a beat at the end. That's not magic. That beat has to be made that day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to get back to that, bro. It's been a while since I've
you
actually
starting
gotten to.
though.
I'm
Yeah.
getting, yeah.
But you know that feeling I'm talking about. It's
Yeah,
almost like an
yeah.
exercise. It's not every
It's
beat
like
ain't dope,
every single
but
day. Even if you don't finish it, you'll go back to it. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
got a blueprint. So Amazing Spider-Man 2, when I say I've rewatched it, that's something I can put on in the background. I don't watch the weird electro scene. There's a lot that's problematic about it that I'm probably not paying attention to. You know what I mean? But when it gets to that tower scene, as soon as the goblin
Yeah.
drops that pumpkin bomb in, dude, I'm a 10 and I can watch the rest of it. Even the rhino, weird rhino, like I can watch the rest of it because it's so him standing at the grave. It's such everything that, like you said, with Spider-Man 2, it just gave me a little bit of that. You know what I mean? Like Spider-Man 2 is the greatest. I swear, Spider-Man 2 is the greatest superhero movie. You know what I'm saying? But if I just go off rewatchability, man, yeah. Damn, I know that's a crazy answer, bro. I really want to say
So
No Way
wait a
Home is
minute.
up there.
Did you like? So you like the Amazing Spider-Man 2 more than you like the Amazing Spider-Man 1?
So I tried to sneak in two answers, right? Listen,
see you. That's how you know he's
it's not
tripping.
working.
Because he
It's
was about
Jedi
to
mind
say,
trick.
see what happened was.
Yeah.
Yo, so this is me because we're on shows, right? I used to be on this show, guest superior on the show where you used to have to rate your top movies. And you would have a movie like even the Odyssey. Like I would say the Odyssey is phenomenal. Or Heat. Heat was more appropriate. Heat is one of the greatest movies ever made. But there's this little popcorn movie, Back to the Future, that I've watched thousands and thousands of times. And I got to think about whether I got time for Heat or watch it. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like that. It's just the popcorn in me, the rewatchability of it was different. Now, when Spider-Man 2 came out and we didn't have a whole bunch of superhero movies, I was rewatching it. You know what I mean? Like the 1.2, like I'm kind of worried. My 1.2 was on DVD. It wasn't even on Blu-ray. So now I'm wondering, because I've been watching the one on streaming, I've been watching the one on Blu-ray, and I ain't even, until you mentioned it, it's like, man, am I even watching the right version? Because 1.2 was like light years. Yo, I had a little box set, came with the little cell sheet. Yo, I still got it. You know what I mean? But
the only thing that makes me mad about the 2 point or the 1 point is the simple fact that the 2.1 is the simple fact that they should have did that this shit in the theaters, and you get mad, but you realize why, because it's always the shit on the cutting room floor that they just, but it just makes it so much better, bro.
It's a rare instance where, because most of the time you watch those deleted scenes, like, all right, I see why they cut that. But 2.1, like,
bro.
oh, that's it belong in there. It's like extended edition.
Yeah,
said get the 4K. Hey, let me say this one thing.
Ahead.
You know what? Because I want to change it. Yo, Spider-Man 2 is my favorite Spider-Man movie. Now that I think about it, I just really, 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 really like the Gwen Stacy scene. That scene. So I know favorite Spider-Man scene wasn't going to be.
Bro, that is morbid, bro.
That man saw the light.
It was just, you know what? It's not that, because you got to remember we were robbed of that too. So there's that Spider-Man 1 where it was like, bro, you tried to do this little switcheroo with Mary Jane, and we don't even get
basically
this death that was so important.
Spider-Man 2 is his favorite movie, but damn, Bryce Dallas Howard is thick as fuck. That's what he said.
Right.
You got to be more careful when you're catching people with your spider webs, man. That's all I'm saying. It's important. It's important.
It was dope. It's
so
moment,
for
man.
the record, Spider-Man 2.
Heroes don't always win.
Spider-Man 2. All right, for prop. What about you, Pimp Juice?
He recorded.
You're muted.
He's muted.
No Way Home. I like all the Spider-Man films, but No Way Home is my favorite because you get to see all three generations together in one film. I think that's pretty dope. And the Aunt May scene really messed me up, man. When she died like that, like, oh my god, that scene was iconic.
Didn't see it coming.
Yeah, I didn't think she was gonna die like that so fast. I thought she would at least be around for another movie, but to have her die like that, I was like, oh my god, this is tough. So I say No Way Home. Not because I don't love the other films. Andrew is still one of my favorite Spider-Man. Um,
Yeah.
I still put
Yeah.
Toby up there too, though. But I love Andrew's Spider-Man, especially in Part Two.
Mhm.
But No Way Home is my favorite.
Bro, I
Yo,
like for
No
you. I
wild.
like
Rizzy.
Spider-Man
No,
one.
don't do it.
All right.
Oh no! I wasn't gonna do that. I wasn't gonna do that. But No Way Home is my favorite.
Bro, Spider-Man one, Amazing Spider-Man was one I put over two for one particular reason, and it's stupid. It's because it was the fight scene at school between him and Flash.
Oh,
When he,
Stanley and the
when he
there. Yeah.
no. You remember one when he was at school and he was fighting Flash, and Flash called him Eugene. He called Flash Eugene. Bro, that's
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He
Yeah,
just
yeah.
called him Eugene. Bro, it's like the fuck? Like he just know out of nowhere that shit was funny as fuck. The only thing that
Yeah,
people
yeah.
hated about
Mhm.
Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 1 was people didn't like the suit. They just
Yeah.
they
I
didn't
hated
like
the
the
suit
suit.
in 2001.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Actually, oh, sorry. It actually grew on me. It was something I actually liked. Um, because of how different it was. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't be just shouting that out at on the rooftops everywhere. I keep that shit to myself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm-mm.
It's again, and I think they learned that they learned from that after doing the second film. But Spider-Man and No Way Home for me was going to be my if you had to say like a close second for me because of what they were able to pull off
Yeah.
in that film, like what they were able to do.
That would
But
be 3 for me.
you said three.
Yep.
What
Yeah.
was your second?
After the original Spidey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Uh,
Because bro, it's Sam Raimi, bro. Sam Raimi just has that touch where you can
but
tell.
it's him. He's the icing on the cake, but it's the
Yeah,
ingredients are the character actors that brought all of their characters to life.
and
And
the
I want to
voices.
segue that into my favorite film, which
Yeah,
was also Spider-Man 2 because it's cinema. But what made Spider-Man 1 so special was the performances to me. I think back on William Dafoe just embodying what Norman Osborn is, who he
yeah,
is, and putting him on screen.
yeah.
You had good performances by Kirsten Dunst. You had good performances by James Franco. Obviously, strong performance by Tobey Maguire. But the number one thing which gives that movie so much staying power outside of how well it's done and how how faithful they are to Spider-Man material, the, nigga, the shit's got hella memes.
It does.
Un,
Hell,
unstoppable.
plenty.
It
Go
does.
look up Spider-Man 1 memes. Bro,
It does.
that movie gives in just so
It's the
many
gift
ways
that
when it
keeps on
comes to
giving, bro.
Yo,
memes, the content.
J. Jonah Jameson alone.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
There's a supercut of all his shit in all 3 movies.
bro.
That's
It's
people love
usually
that.
Jay Jonah's laugh, bro. Like you
Yeah.
always see the laughing memes, bro.
I trust my barber.
Yeah,
That's my favorite shit.
Yeah.
Every time I watch that film, that's my brother's favorite part. Every time that shit is on, I got it on VHS. He like, no, rewind that shit real quick. I'm like, nigga, you already see the screen got them little white lines and shit. Like, I got to track. I don't want to track right. I tracked for like 10 minutes to get this shit right.
yeah.
Y'all don't know about that VHS and shit. And some of them they don't know. Some of y'all do not know the struggle of getting your tracking on a VHS. I know it was worse before me, but it still was bad then. But yeah, shout out to the Spider-Man 1 VHS that had the music video on the back end, had that shit blasting. Shout out to shout out to God damn, I'm blanking on the damn name right now. Nickelback. Yeah, why am I blanking
Oh
on that?
yeah,
Shout out to
yeah.
Nickelback, man, because yeah, blasting that damn song. We can definitely move on here to our this is gonna be a good one. What is your favorite Spider-Man story? We'll just go with one, and then we'll see if we'll have time for another one. But what's your favorite Spider-Man story? I'll flip it on this time because I got some shit to do real quick. So I'll go with mine and then let you guys go. Um, so the first one for me, kind of still coinciding with a little bit of what, excuse me, what Vinny has said earlier. Um, one of my favorite writers and my favorite artists came together and made magic. Um, Obviously, in the Ultimate Spider-Man series with Bendis and the GOAT Mark Bagley, and in 2011, right, it had almost been 7 years. I think up until this point that Ultimate Spider-Man had been running. Um, and around issue 156 all the way to 160, you get the death of Ultimate Spider-Man. And it's a crazy like set of events. I mean, he's on the Queensboro Bridge, um, taking a bullet for Captain America. Then he finds out that Green Goblin has broken out of jail and also has released the Sinister Six, and they're on their way to kill the people you love. So, with a bullet wound lodged in his body, he goes and fights and defeats the Sinister Six, and then subsequently dies on his front lawn, surrounded by everybody that's ever mattered to Peter Parker. So it's a very emotional, action packed sequence for me, and that to me that's one of my favorite Spider-Man stories. I do have a second one. We did talk about it earlier, so we'll see. It might be a little redundant, but who wants to go next?
Uh, I'll go. I'll
All
go.
right.
One, I would actually say, all right. One is a moment uh from, or I would actually say story with me with Civil War. Spider-Man Civil
Oh,
War is when we actually got a chance to see the Iron Spider suit for the very first time in his, again, because there was turmoil of whether or not he was making the best decision. With, of course, with Tony, which we know what that Spider suit evolved into after that run,
right.
where it went. But it was the inner turmoil of him making the decision to side with Tony over someone who he looked up to with Cap. And then when we get to the death of Captain America, how guilty he felt. You know what I mean? With everything that happened at that point. But I kind of want to tie to, so that's my favorite, but one of my favorite stories, but I think my all-time favorite, we be talking in the back, is the first Secret Wars, bro. When he fought fucking the X-Men, bro. bro,
Yeah.
bro, he was toying with the motherfuckers, bro, like the entire time, like just playing around with these motherfuckers. And nobody laid a hand on him, which basically shows how capable he is with the Spidey sense, bro.
It's Spidey sense and just the overall agility makes him very, very difficult. You know, the thing that was awesome, let you continue. The thing that was awesome that I love that they showed was that No Way Home was when Strange did the basically an astral projection on his body,
Yeah,
and while his body was damn near soulless,
the
this
sense
shit
was
was
still
still
there.
like
The
you
Spidey
ain't
sense
getting
was
this shit.
still
Like
there.
it's still reacting to danger,
Mhm.
and I think that's one of the more intriguing. I won't say it's the most important thing about Spider-Man, obviously, but it's one
But
of the more intriguing elements to him
but
and
it
his
is.
mysticism
But this
is
is
his
what
spider sense. And when you dive into it, it's just so intriguing because we can actually tie science and physics and metaphysics to it.
But that's what I'm saying. It is the most important thing, to be quite honest. His Spidey sense is the most important attribute of him. Because again, it's almost like with I think that because in so many years we've noticed that he doesn't really have control over it. He's just now in like some of the latest, the newest issues, he's discovering, even like if you read pretty much the issue that he had with who was he with that taught him how to discover his Spidey sense and how powerful his Spidey sense really is. Um it's who is he with? Um they taught him they're teaching him how to use it. Um oh damn, it's one of the most recent runs. But you're discovering how important that Spidey sense is because it's not just the simple fact that he can sense things around him, but it's the simple fact that it gives him a certain level of intuition, but also it gives him it taps into like how his body, like if he just lets go, how much more reactive he can definitely be. But that Spidey sense is important, which got him past that whole fight with the X-Men, which was incredible, bro. I love that. And he got booted out. But who's next?
Yoda, that was when he lost his spider sense. Shang-Chi trained him.
Huh?
Yeah.
I can't hear someone.
Yoda asked if it was Shang-Chi, but that was when he lost his spider
When
sense.
he lost his, yeah. When he went dormant, yeah. I think he booted himself out, or he got booted out. Who else?
I said earlier, Back in Black. That's my favorite one.
Yeah.
My favorite story, Spider-Man story. I just like I said earlier, his whole conversation with Kingpin over him trying to kill Aunt May. That's my favorite one because you get.
I think he was talking about the Daredevil one. Leo, Daredevil was trying to teach him about
Daredevil was teaching him.
Yeah.
Yes, it was Daredevil that's basically been teaching. I'm sorry about that, but go ahead, Jedi.
Yeah, my bad.
No, just with seeing Spider-Man cross that line or about to cross that line when he almost killed Kingpin in front of everybody. I think that was
He whooped his
one of
ass,
the
bro.
that I really enjoyed from start to finish. It was a really, really, really good. But I recommend it if you don't have it in your collection, if you can still find it in the comic book shop, go pick it up. That Back in Black is an amazing story.
Bro, because when you're reading Back in Black, it's like I think that was the most angry I've ever been at Kingpin, bro.
Yeah.
And you were rooting for Spider-Man, for Peter to whoop. Because the thing is, it wasn't Spider-Man in that cell, bro, and in jail. It was Peter.
It was Peter. Yeah. It's like if the story puts you in Peter's shoes.
Mm-hmm.
The way the writer writes it and the way that he makes you feel during the reading, you're Peter Parker through the whole book. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one for Spider-Man fans. If you don't have it, definitely try to pick it up. That book is so dope, man. And to see Peter really get the best of Kingpin, I mean, he straight embarrassed him. Embarrassed him. Like
He broke him.
Yeah, no holds barred. He didn't care about the spider sense. Amazing. But
Kingpin was not expecting him to show up as Peter Parker. No. The last thing.
I'll rave about that till the cows come home. That's my favorite one.
Yeah,
I like that. I do like Clone Saga too for some of its with Ben Riley, but man, that damn Back in Black that's my favorite Spider-Man book of all time.
They are for sure trying to workshop the Ben Riley character into something, and I think probably the most interesting parts that they've been able to do is the identity crisis part. I know that's somewhat maybe overplayed, but that seems to be the best place to go where people get the most enjoyment with Ben Riley specific stories. I've always felt like that was just kill them off and do it again if you want to, but you don't have to have this guy out there operating if you don't want to as a publisher and editorial staff. Like, kill him. Like, it's all good. It's
I
just
never
a
really,
Spider-Man.
I never really got into Ben like that. He's the best part of that whole saga. I love his suit. That Scarlet Spider suit is
Oh my god, and that's I think his
dope.
design is the best part of
Yeah,
him,
yeah,
right?
that dope.
And like,
Iconic. When he
they
came
tried
out
to.
with that freaking all red with the freaking blue hoodie and his rip, like that was peak 2000s, peak
Yeah.
late 2000s. Ben Riley. That
The
was a
only
dope.
thing else that's probably been better in terms of that Scarlet Spider umbrella is Kane. He doesn't get a whole lot of like airtime. I know he's like in Houston now, operating there, but like doesn't get a whole lot of airtime. But when he does, he's really interesting, especially when
Yeah.
they're all together, and then you're seeing Doc Ock having those conversations with him. So it's a great time when they do the Scarlet Spider right. Um, let's see. We can move on, guys. Did we get everybody's favorite story?
Nah.
Oh yeah, man. Amazing Spider-Man 122 is
Okay.
my not to be morbid about Gwen Stacy
Yeah,
hitting
yeah.
it. You know what I mean? But it's a
It's
dope comic
iconic
book.
book.
Dude, I even got a 1989 replica of that book. Been sitting on the shelf somewhere. But I don't want to be morbid, though. I think Torment it's weird because it's not written. It ain't the best written thing. You know what I'm saying? I know.
He's one of those, bro. Like, oh my god,
Yeah,
y'all.
bro. It was just
You don't
dope when
want to
it
give
came.
Peter a break, Jesus. Y'all be killing me, bro.
What happened?
It's comic fans like Prop that don't want to give Peter Parker a break.
Not well. It wasn't. You know what? That's why I say I don't know if it was the story, bro. It was the.
I'll be loving when he get tortured.
Like you said, it's the last.
Exactly, bro.
You
I
had-
never. That's why I enjoyed the
Put
ultimate.
him through the
run.
worst shit possible.
It was the popcornness of this, man. It's
No.
a
Now it's
foil-
different for the
it's a
MCU. He need to go
foil-
through some shit.
It's a
But
foil
yeah, comic
cover,
books,
bro.
yeah, let's give him a break.
Painted
That's
differently.
why I enjoy the ultimate run so much with
Yeah.
Peter Parker because he has a wife and 2 kids.
Yeah.
Bro, if I had to be honest with you, I feel like I would be biting off Vinny because that was the last time I had the most fun with Spider-Man was Ultimate Spider-Man.
Ultimate
Was the first, you know what I mean? I don't know what it was. I didn't like Green Goblin. In
Nah.
I don't know if
You
it
didn't
had
like the
changed
beast
later on.
take?
Too much. I ain't like
Yeah,
the monster
yeah.
idea either. The Hulk idea.
But everything else I enjoyed. You know what I'm saying?
That seems to track with the older audience in terms
With the
of
Green
the beast goblin. I mean, I can
yeah.
obviously if I'm taking one, I'm gonna take the other, but I didn't mind it as just a change from a different universal take.
Yeah.
I guess that's where I'm at with that one.
I guess I hadn't turned into the toxic fan yet. I didn't know that it existed. So, disliking something like that wasn't as passionate. It was just like,
it wasn't
I like
a
it.
deal
It stopped me
breaker.
from reading it. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
I
enjoyed
don't think I don't hear or see people retroactively like saying like, man, that killed the series. I just think it's like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Nah, exactly, bro.
I mean, I guess some of my enjoyment stems from fighting him in the video game that accompanied it. So it was fun there. So I didn't mind it.
Yeah, dude. But I think, man, I think I got to go with Torment. Dude, it was just a fun. It was one of those things where it just wasn't the comic book itself; it was the experience. As you guys know, we were seeing. If I'm pretty sure I got this one. If it wasn't this one, it's the regular version I got from Walmart. You know what I mean? It was the first time I walked into a Walmart and they had comic books in there. They had a series with Vermin. It was a lot of.
They actually had books.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. That was.
We'll see how long that lasts.
Yeah. They still have books there, but not like.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, it was new. You know what I mean? And they had you had the foil covers. It was a lot of popcorny stuff that was going. That now, as a collector, you look back and it was like, okay, that was gimmicky, but bro, it was a gimmick for us. You know what I'm saying? Like we were responding to that gimmick. I don't remember anybody saying, this is gimmick. It was like, yo, did you get that cover? There's multiple covers. blase. You know what I mean? And it's cool now because all of y'all got me back in the comic book store, and I'm seeing these variant covers, which reminds me of that time period. You know what I'm saying? Like it's reminiscent. It's scratching that thing that was
Still holding on, baby. Still holding on.
yeah, was still doing that thing, man. So again, man, I even at that time I didn't feel like I don't know if that was McFarlane did write Torment. It didn't feel like it was phenomenally written. I remember even at that time it was like this isn't the best written because it was derivative too. It was picking off, like you said, you had the Craven had already went through what he went through, and they had him in there. And was it Calypso? Was his girl? You know what I mean? So you had these little pieces in there. Lizard coming back. It felt like Todd McFarlane. How can we find a way for Todd McFarlane to draw all these characters? And they did it.
That's
you know
exactly
what I'm
what
saying?
Yeah.
We knew that when we was young, but
Yeah.
bro, it was fun. You know what I'm saying? And it was an event. So, and I think Spawn had the same thing when that happened. Everybody had Spawn. Everybody got. That's why you can get Spawn #1 right now for $5 to $10 because everybody got it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, dog. But there was other, the Clone Saga, bro, and even because we're old enough to have read where that came from too. That was a cool thing to see. And I don't remember if I had it or just read it, but seeing where then he had burnt the body of his clone in some kind of oven. I remember him, discarding the body, and then years and years and years and years and years later, you get this saga that was based off this comic book. It paid off in a way. Again, probably gimmicky. It didn't feel like it at that time. You know what I mean? And Maximum Carnage were big deals. Yeah, bro. 122, dog.
Death of Gwen Stacy.
The only reason I know it's a replica I have because it was cheap.
Bro, you realize
this ain't priced right.
For years that we were seeing Gwen Stacy, nobody ever commented on the simple fact that she hardly ever changed her clothes, bro.
Right.
Listen, bro.
Why not?
She never really changed her clothes.
If it works.
I'm glad you have a cover up because this is a great segue to our
Wait, can I do mine just real quick?
Oh, we didn't get you?
No.
All right, go ahead.
All right, I'll make it quick. Mine's a more modern one. There's so many classic stories. It was really hard for me to pick one, so I want to give some shine to a more modern one that I feel like everybody should read, and I don't think anywhere near enough people have read, and that is No One Dies by Slott and Martin. And I know how people feel about Slott, but I think that the strength of the storytelling is Marcos Martin's art anyways. The first 10 pages are silent panels, and it's all art doing the storytelling. And the panel work in the interiors in this book is some of the most extremely interesting and intelligent crafted panel work in interiors that I've had ever seen at the time. And this comic focuses on Marla Jameson's funeral, and the whole book is about grief, and it goes from the preparation to her funeral with Jonah and Peter getting ready to go, and then it turns into a nightmare sequence with Peter revisiting all the tragedies that he's had in his life. Please pick this book up, and it's such a dramatic, really reminder of just how much bullshit this man is going through.
It's gone through, yeah.
And it's told, in Arkham when the Scarecrow attacks Batman, he's going through all those fucking nightmares and visions. This is like a version of that in a way, but it's done just so clever, so interesting, so it's an emotional gut punch after gut punch each page. But it's not done just for like trauma effects. It's the paneling, the storytelling is just phenomenal. Every time I see Marcos Martin on a special feature, because he doesn't do any runs, he'll do like an interior like every few years. Otherwise,
yeah, that's not a name I see in circulation much anymore when it comes to Spider-Man.
Yeah, he just shows up here and there. I binged the past like 3 years of Spidey last winter, and he had maybe like 3 stories, and they were all great. But definitely, this comic, it's a two-parter. The second part is really good too, but the real strength is this first part, and it's 655. And it's just so phenomenal. So that's one of my modern faves of Amazing Spider-Man. And somebody with 1,000 books, it's hard to kind of track down a favorite story, and just it's Amazing Spider-Man alone. But yeah, definitely that this is one to highly recommend everybody checking out.
You know what? Because they almost did the same thing in the most recent Eight Deaths of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
When they had him basically relive.
That was
Wow.
that was Martin on that book too, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. See.
It all connects now because I'm like, you're saying this, and I'm thinking about Eight Deaths of Spider-Man. I'm like, why is this giving me those
They revisited
feelings?
that thing. They revisited that theme. Stay Morris. Yep.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, the art was just incredible in
They
this.
did.
They took a lot of creative liberties, and that's what I kind of like to see now. Because you do have a lot of artists that are very well aware of the legacy that they're stepping into, and we just appreciate that you just bring your game, you bring what's special about you to the craft, right?
Yeah.
Don't worry about the fucking 60, 70 years of history behind all of this shit. Just go out there and do you and have faith that that will work out. Oftentimes we see a lot of writers and a lot of artists like, man, and they'll tell you in interviews like, man, that shit was just a pressure cooker. Handle what you can handle. Obviously the top down is going to do whatever, the editorial, all of that stuff, they gonna do what they ever do. But as an individual and as an artist, I always just try to, hopefully I'm just encouraging people out there to just control what you can control. But yeah, it's great stuff, man. I love that. Is that everybody's favorite story? I don't want to miss anybody, honestly.
Yeah, you got everybody.
Okay. All right, so we'll move on. We'll make this a two-parter so that we can just
Yo.
wrap
Hey,
this
would
up.
Lael hit you with the twice?
No, I'm
it's
good.
almost- All right,
I'm good. I'm straight. Let's go.
I'm reading the signs, baby.
No, I'm straight.
Uh-huh.
Bro, you know why? You know why I'm saying
Sure.
Because I'm sitting up here, bro. I'm admiring y'all motherfuckers who got this figure didn't tell me how dope this blade was, bro. Bro,
I
this
did a whole
blade.
Pop Wiz episode. You should have watched it.
Yeah.
It would have
Bro,
done it justice, bro.
I did,
Yeah.
but I'm
It's
just
different when you got
saying,
it in hand. Yeah.
in hand, bro. Like it's a well designed figure, bro.
I know you, bro. You probably got ideas. You gonna add it.
I'm about to get that
ideas.
jacket. That jacket
I know
that I got,
it.
the trench coat. I'm about to put that shit on you like a motherfucker, bro.
Yo, when you post a picture, I'm gonna see what I might have to follow you, man. Post them
That's
pictures.
just dope. My bad. You don't like that blade, Jay?
Nah, I didn't get it.
What?
He might look good with the jacket on. It's old man Blade. I mean, bro,
I don't
me
want
and
an
my
old
son
man
went
Blade.
crazy.
Hey,
we just talked the other day. Like, even my son loved that scene. You'll see in a young person, he has to acknowledge, Wesley, and he didn't grow up with Wesley Snipes. But he was like, I gotta acknowledge that Wesley, a little old in it, you know what I'm saying? But that excitement of seeing him on screen.
Yeah. Bro. Yeah, that was I was like, that had me like, even my mom like, shoulder dug me like, we were like, whoa, like we both,
because they kept that a secret, didn't they? I mean, like Gambit would surprise me, but they kept Blade a secret, bro.
Yeah,
that Blade 2 that you got, I'm getting that. That Blade 2 you picked up, I'm gonna buy that.
Oh yeah. And Blade 1 is for pre-order, if I'm not mistaken. You can get Blade 1.
Yeah, I got the Blade 1 and the Blade 2. But
I have I still got the Hot Toys, the OG, so I just have it.
All right.
So just didn't appeal to me.
Let's go ahead and bring this thing home, gentlemen, shall we? With this one is a two-parter. If you don't have the other one, you can just go ahead and share the other one. I'm just giving you an option here. So this one is, who's your favorite artist and or your favorite Spider-Man cover?
You already know, bro. Yeah.
Let me go ahead and get on this one.
Yeah.
Because I've already given a little bit of the sauce away earlier. My favorite artist, of course, is Mark Bagley, famous for the Ultimate Spider-Man run. The reason why I love Mark Bagley is because of his approach to the design of Spider-Man, which is almost McFarlane-like, but takes it to a different level when it comes to a smaller high schooler. He's muscular. He's almost spindly as well in terms of his appearance. So it's to me, it's like that's really, really. Man, what you laughing about?
I'll give him in the comments.
Oh, okay. Um, so yeah, to me, that was like really the number one thing that drew me to his art. It's just the overall just artistic direction. It's just eye catching for me. And this one was really easy because there's so many covers. There's so many covers for this one, but I just there's nothing that beats this one when you see it a canvas painting, or you see it on the comic, or you see it just anywhere on your phone screen. That just screams Spider-Man. And Amazing 15 is my favorite comic book cover of Spider-Man. So does anyone want to follow next with their favorite
Hey,
artist?
I will. I
Yeah.
will. I'll say it just by saying this. Who do y'all think my favorite Spider-Man artist is? I'll let y'all answer.
Tom McFarlane, bro. Is it? Is it Tom McFarlane, bro?
Impossible for it to not be.
It's
Yo,
Tom McFarlane.
Ghetto Yoda
bro.
already said in the comment section, prop, you know who you have to say. I was going to try to throw some other names out there. I can go. Yo, my boy, what's his name? Ramos. I like this dude. I like this dude a lot.
Oh yeah.
I love him, but Ghetto Yoda's right, man. Why hide it? Yeah, why hide it?
Yeah, what did Orlando Jones say on what was that double take? Yeah. Why you front? You ain't keeping it real.
Yo.
Well,
You
okay,
know what?
just go ahead and say what's on your heart, man. We know what's in your collection.
Yeah. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Do what you gotta do, bro.
I can only hear Lael, man. You gotta do the whisper for me. Everybody's
Oh,
out.
oh, man, you having that little audio issue I
I
was
can only
having.
hear you.
Oh,
You were chosen by the StreamYard gods.
okay.
Oh, I hear a laugh. I think I hear Vinny.
Here.
Vinny,
Yeah,
let's take it away. Who's your favorite artist and
So it looked like
favorite cover?
Boomer was the opposite.
My favorite artist is my first favorite artist, Todd. I mean, this is my first comic picked up,
There we
and
go.
this
I'm
this
not on the island alone.
it's the goat. Todd is when you think Spider-Man, you think Todd McFarlane. Like this. I mean, this is the first comic I ever got, man. And that
with the signature.
Uh-huh.
yeah, man. Yeah, it's one of my favorite things about comics that people talk about how you gotta you gotta know the history. There's too much. Like that was part 4 of assassination plot storyline. I had no idea what the fuck was going on. That art was just so phenomenal. That's Prop's point earlier. Yeah, when I was reading Torment, even at like 14 years old, I knew that story was not great. I knew that it was just like a vehicle for Todd to draw cool shit, and we got that every single week, and that's all you needed. Like in the Michelin books, like those were phenomenal stories because you had Todd's art with phenomenal writing. But there's countless amazing covers.
Yeah.
Probably one of the most iconic to me. I paid homage to with a Moon Knight piece, and that's Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man 101 by John Byrne. The joint where he's diving down, that one's
Oh my lord. Yeah.
always been phenomenal to me. But yeah, like that's probably my 1-2 punch. Todd is my favorite Spider-Man artist of all time.
Bro. Thank you.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Yo, and you got to mark because you talk about the older artists that he Torment also marked a change in his artwork. His artwork was different.
Yeah.
It was different than it
He
was.
got
I
to
don't know if it was
spend
the
more
coloring
time.
or what it was.
Where's Jay? Where's Jay?
He didn't have a deadline.
We lost Pimp Juice. Yeah.
Yeah, he bounced, man. That's what muted me. Every time someone goes out or comes in,
Ah, interesting.
Hold on.
Uh,
Yeah,
excuse me.
yeah. I don't know what happened. Um, for
Yeah,
me,
what else on you?
oh yeah, for me it's the Ramitas, bro. Senior
oh
and
my
junior.
lord, oh god, yeah, bro.
Senior and junior, bro,
Yeah.
because senior basically gave us the classics, and junior just piggybacked off of his dad and still gave us that same scheme. So
I'm
it
always arguing with people about JRJR.
Mm.
That man is phenomenal. I
yeah,
don't care. I
You
don't
talking
care.
Junior, right?
Yeah, I don't care if
Yeah.
every now and again there's a
yeah,
questionable looking piece or whatever.
yeah,
This isn't.
Oh, bro, he getting
He's just
that
easy.
shit beat out
Yeah,
of
you
him
know
for
what, Vinny?
ASM
It was
1000.
Oh,
stylized, bro. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. Like just the same as I like this dude, Ramita Jr. He was that, bro. It was
bro. He
real.
is that
He
guy,
brought the
bro.
perspective. Like you could tell
yep,
he was under his father, but it
yep,
was stylized. And just like McFarlane, all of them artists, which any artist,
Bro,
I guess, when you look at the earlier stuff, there was a time
yeah,
when his stuff looked almost normal. And then you could see the moment when it was like,
bro.
this is it, man. He drew one of my favorite Tombstone.
This
He's
yeah.
my favorite artist to draw
The
Tombstone.
Tombstone fights in a few years back, they
Mm,
were phenomenal. And you're right. Like
yeah,
he turned the corner where he was like, you know what? I'm gonna have more fun if I draw this more stylized.
right.
I don't think that
yeah,
there's many artists in comic books, period, who draw more. Who have I put like maybe Otley up there, a few, but as far as action sequences and fights,
Right.
yo,
Yeah.
when Ramita Jr. is drawing Spidey getting his ass whooped, nobody nobody can close
bro.
to that. Like
Right.
nobody can come close to Spider Man just swinging through the sky with Todd.
Right.
But
Right.
when it comes to the fights, Ramita Jr. is like the bloody faces and the ripped up suits
Yeah.
and
Oh.
the action sequences and shit getting people getting
Bro.
like feeling like it's a raw visceral fight. That Tombstone fight at the end of the
Mhm.
last arc, oh my god,
Yeah,
phenomenal.
yeah,
Right.
And I don't think
yeah,
I've ever really put Tombstone on the level of Spotty. I never really took him all that serious. Not anymore.
Mhm.
yeah. The Ramitas, bro. Like, I mean, this is one of my favorite covers right here.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. But
Oh
just
yeah. Yeah.
bro, but it's just a simple fact that again, like it's like a 1-2 punch. Senior
Mhm.
was there, when I was Senior was there for my, I want to say like my not my great introduction, but was to kind of usher me in. Like I was ushered through with Senior, and then Junior just came in and say it's okay. Like it's in the right hands. You know what I mean? Junior
Mhm.
was like, yo, it's definitely that's what I'm saying, bro. Like it was just such a 1-2 punch with
Yeah.
from father to son, bro. Like to see that journey, it being passed from father to son in
Yeah.
this panel, bro. We got some of the most incredible covers of all time, bro.
Mhm.
Of all time. It was definitely one of my favorite covers, bro. I love this.
Yep.
Yeah. Ramita did kick ass too. Was he the one that did? No. 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 No.
Mm.
That was yeah,
No. 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 He did do kick ass,
he
right?
did kick ass with Mark Miller. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. Now I
Yep.
look at that art, and I'm like, yeah, that is him.
Yep.
Hmm.
Didn't know that. I
Yeah.
didn't realize that again till now. I guess. But yeah, like Vinny said earlier, like there's definitely a disconnect when there's critique for JR. Even though if you don't have like an affinity for his art, you can still in the same breath have respect for what this man has done for Spider-Man media in general. He's definitely carried the torch from those very iconic early years of Marvel, linking the lineage with his father. So the fact that we're able to celebrate this stuff today and we have a movie coming out on Friday or Thursday night should show you that it really takes a community, it takes a village to build up something as powerful as a character such as Spider-Man. So um, you got to give him his props, man. So
No doubt.
I'm glad we were able to bring him up because Definitely not necessarily my personal favorite because again I grew up in an age where he's still active, but that wasn't like the main thing going on. That was catching my interest either too in terms of comics. You know, a lot of comics I was reading early on weren't even comic books. I was reading them in the newspaper. I was just reading the Spider-Man strips for a long time. That's what I was.
Yeah.
That's how I read Spider-Man comics. Was just reading the strips every Sunday. Because they never really had comic books in the house growing up. Too dusty, too dirty in my house. Like you growing up on Tatooine, I ain't never want no books like that. Hard covers. That's it. So again, always a big appreciation for JRJR. Um, again, just to kind of put a button on these things on this thing, I want to first and foremost thank Vinny for the amazing idea because
Mhm.
it's kind of
Yeah.
busy and just like trying to get all just excited and ready for this film.
This motherfucker had people doing homework and shit, bro.
Yeah,
Like, I
amazing
was
idea.
like, damn.
I definitely busted out some notes today. You
Because
definitely
it's
don't
not
do that, but
it's not that you don't know. It's just that it's so much out there that you have to be
oh
like,
yeah,
okay,
you
what is
definitely
my
need to
favorite?
catalog it. Oh,
Yeah,
100%. I
yeah,
don't ever shame people for like being not being encyclopedic. That is crazy. That's a lot of time. You have to master a lot of time for stuff like that. So,
yeah.
again, just a really big thank you to my brothers here
My
on the
pleasure, man.
panel. My brothers that I appear here with every week. They lift me up and giving me an opportunity like this. So I'm always appreciative of the brotherhood and the kinship we share. So thank you so much. Also, thank you so much to the chat out there hanging with us for now almost 2 hours and 36 some odd minutes. Thank you so much for everybody out there contributing into the chat, maybe even sharing your favorites in the chat. We hope that this was a really great celebration for you viewing and participating along with us and celebrating such an amazing character. You know, for me, this character has meant a lot. It's literally it followed me in every asset of my life. I had to like go back and really look and analyze my life, and you see those different like points, and like I'm looking into them a little deeply. I'm like, wow, there's a lot of connections. The first publication for Spider-Man was August 12th. We share the same birthday month. I was born on August 6th. My grandmother, her name was May. Like she was like that was my partner. So like there's all these different things that connect. When growing up, I wouldn't say like I would say my legs were misaligned. So I needed like a basically they needed to put my legs in a cast so they could like develop right. But that gave me an ability to be flexible. So doing always crawling around the house and I was always crawling before I walked because they didn't want me walking while my casts were on. So just always crawling around the house and doing things. Spider-Man has always been a part of who I am. It's only taken me just in these few last I don't know handful of years to like fully see how much this character has really impacted my life. So I hope that if it's not Spider-Man, that it's something else out there that really impacts you, that gets you emotional when you talk about it, when you think about it, that really carries you through the toughest times in your life. I really truly hope that you guys have that out there, and I hope you enjoyed this. So we'll start off with Prop. You got anything going on? What's going on with your channel? Anything going on this week that we should be on the lookout for? Prop Wiz.
All right, bro. My bad. My mic setup is complicated.
No worries.
Dude, nothing. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple of box opens. I'd love for y'all to check out. Bro, you know what? The show has been doing good, man. I gotta shout out Lael, all of y'all, man. I think I'm at the spot where I can start getting guests, man. I've had some thanks to Lael, I got those tough audience members that invite themselves, be like, yo, send me the link, send me the link. So I've had some guests right on the spot with Windman and Lou was on there a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
So dude, I think I'm getting to that point, man. I'm gonna give myself to August give me a little bit of time, man, so I can be a little bit more organized because I know y'all times are valuable. But so hopefully just to shake it up, bro. So and I can't thank you enough, man, because my chat room audience is your audience. You know what I'm saying? So they're coming over.
They should be.
And it feels good, bro. They over there talking trash and talking about Spawn. They being themselves on my page in my chat. But they support, you know what I mean? Dude, want to appreciate that, man. So, yo, that's it, man. Music, same thing Leo got going on, baby. We got stuff to do, man. We got to keep busy, man. Stay positive.
I was in the studio this weekend, like yesterday,
dude, and y'all have been that, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I could say something bad about every single one of y'all from how short one of y'all is and how much one talks and how mean such and such is. You know what I'm saying? Dude, the positive outweighs everything, dog. You know what I mean? And the energy y'all give is there, bro. Word. Bloomer found a way to shut me up today. Good.
I just want to say
I did that.
I can't hear him.
I just want to say it's fucked up. You talk about how short Jason is and he ain't here.
That's hilarious,
just for the record, I want to say that everybody's talking about how short the new Black Panther is, bro. I think I'm only 1 inch bigger than that dude. So thanks.
Bro, how tall are you, bro?
Nah, I'm 5. I'm told I'm 5'11", but I've been 5'9". They said I was 5'9" my whole military career, bro.
Really?
Mm-hmm. But I'm 5'11" magically.
Yeah, you could just say 5'9" soaking wet. 5'11".
Oh.
Bro, I always thought you were tall, bro. Prop? You muted.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had to turn them. I can't hear y'all unless I turn my speakers up.
Yeah, bro. I always thought you were tall.
I mean, 5'11" is all right in my household. My wife is like 4. Yeah, my wife is 4. My wife is short, bro. So I'm the tallest human. Well, now my son is. I used to be the tallest human in my household. What more can you ask for?
Human.
My daughter is now beating me.
That's how it goes, man. The youth will always catch.
Yeah. Dude, I thought 5'11". I thought 5'11" was tall until Loki is the one, and Jedi Kid is one that's telling me that's short. I know.
I'm 5'8.5", bro. I'm short.
Right.
I'm just short.
Yeah. Now I used to work in the med group, man. 5'9" is supposed to be average height, so everything should be judged by that. But I guess.
So they told you 5'9", now you 5'11". Wow.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Hey, Ghetto Yoda said, "What else is in your house, prop?" What you mean the tallest human, bro? I got giraffes, dinosaurs, and all kinds of things, bro. Trust me.
But he clicked out again. Vinny, you next, bro.
Yeah, man. Just obviously crazy week coming up. I'm out of town this weekend, but it hell of a send off to have Spidey right before I dip on out. And I've pretty much made it with very little to no.
This shit crazy right now. Bro, people keep calling me today. They keep calling me. There's going to be a stern conversation once I get off this motherfucker.
Thank you, Rand. Yeah, man. Just hype for Thursday. Can't wait for the flick. I've mostly dodged everything about it. I pretty much just know the 3 or so characters that are in it, but I have no idea the story or anything like that for the most part. And looking forward to going in. It's been a hell of a year for movies so far. We've had some fucking bangers, and there's still a whole bunch more to come even after this one. So I'm very excited because I don't even mean Doomsday. We got Godzilla coming. We got Dune. I mean,
we got Doom coming. Yeah,
it's a lot this year. We're eating for sure. So we got more art on the way. A lot more reading, a lot more organizing. I've been taking a little break from the lab, and very hyped to get back in there after I get out of the vacation and the gauntlet mode that slows down a little bit and get out of the vacation mode I have a con at the end of August, so I'm really excited to get.
Plus, you gotta get ready for Halloween.
That too. I'll be screening a whole bunch of shit to get ready for Horathon too.
Yeah.
So yeah, so a lot to look forward to.
And Inktober, bro. Fuck.
Inktober. Yep. So that's why I taking a little break here because I got the con, and then Inktober will be like right around the fucking corner. Before we know it, this year will be wrapping up. So time is fine, man. Time is fine.
I'm in here. I was in here twice. They keep fucking calling me to play a fucking game, bro.
Bro, why do you have like dial up? Why is a phone call booting you out? Oh,
bro, it's a Discord call.
Oh, it's a Discord call.
And it's just taking over the volume. It's just they gonna get it. Don't worry.
So these motherfuckers.
They know I do a show every Monday.
But they still calling you to get it. They're probably the same anticipation you being on this late. But it's a Spider-Man show, so it is what it is. Yeah, Vinny, man, thanks, bro.
Appreciate being here. Shout out Bloom for hosting a killer episode.
Yeah.
Went very very fluid. No hiccups other than
Black Panther. But honestly, if you just throw Black Panther in if you put us in a room all together and you just throw Black Panther in there, you can distract us and you damn near you can just take whatever's in the room at that point because we're all just gonna be stuck on.
When Leo told me Saturday, I'm like, shit, there goes Monday. Like, how the fuck are we not gonna get you off the rails? And I was like, oh well. I mean, I think for us, we still it didn't get that far.
I think bro, if we all agree on the same shit, it doesn't make for a really dope discussion or a decent discussion. You know what I mean? It don't. Like if you agree on it, then the discussion goes super quick. You know what I mean? Like,
nor do people want do people want just like and this doesn't sound super logical, but in the terms of like entertainment, not everybody always wants just like super cut dry honesty in that sense. Like there has to be different levels of honesty at different levels of approach to things so that you can have a wider range of entertainment value, if that makes sense.
And here's the thing, bro.
It's not a commercial. We're not gonna that's great. This is great. This is great.
At the end of the day, bro, it's like you can have an opinion. And even though my opinion is the way it's at, I can understand other people and what they're saying and why it would feel, because it's still constructive. Is just that we know that there's individuals out there who shame and they do things like that on purpose.
That's the thing that sucks when we have these conversations.
Yeah, because
we're having a toxic side to it. And we know
that's the tricky
different.
part, right?
It sounds corny to say, but we know we're different. There's people out there that's maliciously going. They start hating on these movies.
Yeah,
just
like to say that Black Panther 3 is going to be whack because of this cast. There's going to be people out there saying that.
That's going to say that, bro. And that's what I'm saying. That's when it's whack. If you have an opinion about the hype versus the catalog versus what it is, what's been written in the art form, or what the character is, I can understand it. I may be like, well, we have to trust the vision of the person, but I can understand where you're coming from because you're passionate about that character's story and you want to see that legacy carried on. Because it's a tricky situation because he may be good, but where do we go with this version of T'Challa T'Challa? Because it's sort of like the legacy that was set with Chadwick with that particular character has so much potential, because you can say that it would have been more of a dynamic to see that version of Chadwick as Black Panther going up against somebody like Namor. Versus now, you can't really do that with this particular version because he's a younger kid.
Right.
You have to build that gravitas again.
Yeah, like you have to build that. So where do we go? And it can also
who's around at that time to have the same chemistry and gravitas.
And you also lose the lineage of him growing up in a kingdom being raised to be a king. As instead, he's being raised by a single mom off on the side. He's not being trained with warriors every day. He's not going to the best schools. He's not learning about sciences in the labs and all the tech that they have available in Wakanda. He's off the grid. So like, even if he is a genius, it's all like natural talent, but it's not. It's smarts, but not education.
Because he was
Yeah, I think his
also
is going to be for Toussaint. I think it will be a uphill battle. We'll say this because we're pushing 3. I think it will be an uphill battle, and that's why I said what I said earlier. Is I think that the intriguing way that you could probably frame his ascendance is a king, a promised king that isn't accepted. And what does one who is told that belongs to this lineage, has the shit underneath his lip and everything to prove it, but yet his people won't accept him for all of these different reasons that also mirror some of the things that people are saying on the outside? I think if that is the framing, I think you have a great story that you can spread across a couple movies, right? That's kind of where I'm at in terms of the choice and what life has given us. Because if we all could make that wish, we'd call back for Chadwick in an instant.
Yeah.
But
I
we can't.
think, and real quick, not to get, because we are pushing 3. Understand that. I think that's probably why strategically Kugler lined up M'Baku to be king, because M'Baku has the stories to tell, Toussaint, about his dad, about how good of a warrior he was, but then also helping him learn how to be king. You wouldn't be able to get that same dynamic with Shuri. Shuri can tell him about the family values.
Right.
But somebody like M'Baku, who's been there, can tell him the stories about his father.
I think those two characters can be our vehicle to building a great T'Challa.
Yeah.
I don't think most of this stuff will. I think the stuff that people have desired that we just kind of lost time with the death of Chadwick and their decision, obviously afterwards, is some of those main titular stories. Seeing, we're getting a wink with Black Panther with the Fantastic Four, but that's not necessarily the way that we know that to be or how it came to be. And so I'm thinking maybe that they're giving themselves an opportunity to right those wrongs with T'Challa 3. Who knows? But we have to get there, right? There has
Gotta
to be
get there,
some.
bro.
They
And
have
that's
to
trust,
earn
man.
that too. That isn't something that we just got to give them the grace for. I think they have to earn that too.
But at the same time, I think they did earn it because Black Panther 2 was phenomenal. Whether they should have recast it or not, you gotta respect their execution, their commitment to the decision they made. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand, even on this panel, we talked about it.
100%.
I agree. But knowing that director, he made the decision to go this way. He didn't go in a whack. He might not have did what I wanted him to do, but he committed to a vision that he had and he executed. And that gives me confidence that he has. He knows what he's doing
thing
with
that's
the vision
frustrating
he's got.
is
You know,
despite
if
the
that makes
fact that
sense.
they're great sequel, and it probably will be a great 3. It's still very frustrating that it would not be truly T'Challa. I mean, if we got one Christopher Reeves movie and then he died, and then the second movie, and then on forever, all we ever got was Supergirl and Superboy movies, and never truly got another Kal-El film. There's going to be dissent. And I think there's just a lot of people that feel like all this is just it's a consolation prize because the multiverse theory or the recasting theory is what would have given us more T'Challa stories, because 60 years of lineage to be taken away because of an actor like you own the IP, you don't own.
So let me ask y'all a question real quick, and then we can get out of here.
Who knows? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
They still might. We'll see.
Well, I was about to say, who knew that even with us saying the IP thing, I think there's a lot of people, again, my mother, these non-fans that helped that thing reach 1 billion would probably disagree with that. Like for us, it's IP. For some people, Chadwick is Black Panther.
I think that's the thing that I don't want to like say that it gets lost in our conversation because we know, but I think the the overall experience of Chadwick Boseman gets understated in this conversation a lot. And I will always say this in this conversation when it comes to Black Panther. I think those people are really fucking emotionally affected. And
Oh,
for the first time, I think we just saw a business make an emotional decision,
that's true. Which is doesn't
which
sound
is
good.
like
You know what I
it's
mean? Yeah.
mind boggling, and it's like almost like we're in the upside down world because like sometimes we're encouraging them to take risk and make those like emotional decisions sometimes within the right context. But like this is a really interesting experience to look at in terms of this man, this titan of a person, and how he affected just
Oh
this
yeah.
whole
Oh yeah.
operation.
Yeah.
Man, I
I think
found
that's
out he
just something
passed.
that
I
needs
had
to
two
is
family members
stated.
call me and said, "Wiz, why you didn't tell me that Black Panther passed away?" Because they figured we in this world. I already knew I was asleep. Why you didn't tell us that Black Panther died? They didn't even say his real name, bro. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So that's who Black Panther
Bro,
was,
I
man.
saw this
Not to
shit.
devalue how we feel. You
So
know what I
I
mean? But
saw this shit on my phone first with TMZ, and then I saw the shit come off of CNN. That's because we were watching CNN around the time of the pandemic. So we were watching it, and that's when it happened. But what I want to ask is, what do you think from a perspective of him passing? Do you are you guys almost at the frame of mind where, and this is going to be a divisive question, but do you think it would have been handled better if they would have just said, okay, Ryan, I know you had this script, but maybe we should, until we can figure out what to do next, let's put the movie on hold for a while. Let's just put it on hold for a while until we decide. Let people heal. Let them basically, because again, we're speaking from in terms of what we want to see this character go. But these are people that were on promo tours with this man. They acted with this man for years. They developed relationships with him to get to a certain point. So for them, it would have been much harder to see somebody step into that role automatically too quick with that film. So you think it would have been better if they would have just said, you know what, scrap the idea of Black Panther for now. We'll move that and give people time to heal and get over it, and then we recast the child after we grieve. You
that
think that would
probably
have
would
been
have did it.
better?
Black Wakanda Forever was almost you know self-contained anyways. It's
Yeah.
not even like it would have left a gap in the overall story arc of the MCU
Right.
anyways. I feel like um, that would have been a preferable decision because I know that in it with the movie saying, all right, this is about to start filming and this has to come out this date. Yeah, I obviously can see the cast not being on board with that, but uh, holding off altogether and make giving people time to grieve and heal
Mm,
might have been preferable and caused them less long-term problems than they're having to face now because even now with this solution it's still a problem and you're always going to have that nagging should we have recast all
mhm.
the things that are lost and you're also going to have people who and I'm one of them is going to blame them for at least part of this decision being, oh, he's too good a black man. Y'all had to move
Yeah.
on. Too smart, too strong, too powerful, too good a person, too much of a leader. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Isn't he supposed to be a gangster or a slave? Like, what can we take away from
Right.
him? We'll take away this. We'll take away this.
Uh,
We'll take away this. And then and that's what it felt like. I mean, it almost felt like they didn't realize what they had. They didn't realize how popular it
Yeah.
become, and they didn't want it T'Challa becoming the face of the franchise.
yeah.
Mm,
And that's where it was going. I mean,
Mhm.
that's where it was going. We all know it. We all seen what that
yeah.
movement was like before Infinity War. Like when I don't think they realized what they had, and then it's almost like, all right, we have an out here. Let's take it. And that's maybe conspiracy theory is, but it's Hollywood. Y'all
Yeah.
know.
Nah. Nah.
I get it. I get it. Anyway, I mean, it's a great discussion to have, and once we get closer to the film, I'm pretty sure we'll be talking about this even more of what we think, because there's going to be a lot of theories. They're going to hide a lot of it. I know Ryan Coogler did say that around the time that they were getting ready for uh, Wakanda, when they were trying to decide what they were going to do,
Yeah.
there were a lot of actors who were like, "No, I don't. I can't do it. I don't want to do it right now."
Yeah, part of me feels like
Mm.
the decision that they made was to do this film to honor him, and part of me feels like uh, they don't I feel like these human beings, they don't make it to a Black Panther 3 without getting that out. And the best way to do it is put it through the art that they make and on in a movie. Like
Mhm.
that's where I felt like all of the emotion, all of that stuff went into so that they could process it. Unfortunately, it took a movie for them to do it, and it came at a time in which the winds were very skimp. The direction was non-existent. But I feel as though that those humans had to do that, and that was just the unfortunate cost of what happened. I just personally, I'm looking at the power of this death, and it's just something. The way that people are talking, the interviews, the cast, the people that were working on the film, the people that you would think like would have some sort of a little bit of good detachment from, all of these people shook about this shit. So it really just suggests to me like, man, like these people were just not in the headspace, given to your point of the other route that they took. But again, these are artists. They're looking for an outlet, and what better outlet is to make the art that you are
True.
good at making. So
I'm
that's
just,
kind of how
I
I saw it.
just feel bad that this movie has a movie like this has to have so much controversy surrounding it because of choices, and because certain things happen. It's like, you know what? It's almost it's not on the same level. But I was going to say it's like almost as tainted like a movie of like Poltergeist. You know what I mean? Like how that was. Like
But
so many things happen.
the whole invention of Black Panther, the whole time this character has been invented, there has been civil unrest in the actual world.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hey,
There has
but
never been a time where this character has been introduced where there is some sort of conversation to be had, right?
Yeah,
Or discourse to be had. Like
yeah,
I'm just saying it's par for the course when it comes to what Black Panther represents.
yeah.
That type of person has always been an enemy of the state. And I'll just keep it at that.
No doubt.
Anyway, man,
yeah,
everybody out there, what we got, a couple episodes of The Corner, possibly, depending on what they do Wednesday night. We're definitely going to be talking about what happened at San Diego Comic-Con as far as these figures go more in detail with it. If anything else drops, we'll know. And Figure Flicks Friday. Definitely, I'm going to be seeing Spider-Man early. What time are you going to see it, Bloomer?
I will not be there, nigga. You will not catch me on Friday.
y'all seen it Wednesday?
Do not look for me.
No, we're seeing it Thursday.
They're seeing it
okay.
Thursday. I am seeing
I got them
Friday.
Amazon Prime tickets, boy.
I'll be
Wednesday
there.
tickets.
You
Do
seeing it
not
Wednesday?
at
Paul?
me.
Yeah.
You will for sure see 2 of these squares or 3. It will not be with this Negro in thee.
Bro, I can't hear that boy, but his animation, it is crazy. Whatever he's saying, it looks crazy, son. You talking about me? I can't tell you pointing.
Bro, he was like, you would not see me. Right?
Hell no, shit.
Yo.
I will be fucking on the way back getting with all the merchandise, nigga. I'm getting popcorn cups with y'all niggas. Y'all niggas want a bucket or something? Shit. We going in, baby. You know what I'm saying? It's all merchandise all summer
I don't
long.
even know if we gonna have
all
a show.
summer long.
I forgot because it is Friday. We might not even have a show this Friday.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna be there Wednesday.
Wow, what's going on? You gonna see it Wednesday?
I'll be at the movie theater. Yup, 7 o'clock. It's late movie.
It's gonna be rough because if okay. Anyway, thank you guys out there, man. Another great show. We'll talk to y'all later. Yeah, peace, love, and all that great stuff. Have a good night.